what up, YouTube? It's your girl, DeeDee. Welcome back to another live stream. Happy Friday, you guys. I hope y'all are doing well. Thank y'all so much for being here. Shout out to everybody in the building. Shout out to everybody watching. I hope you guys are having a good weekend so far. So, per usual, as you come into the building, make sure you go ahead and hit the like button. Go ahead and hit the like button as you come into the building, you guys. Also, if you are new to the building and you like the content, but you haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It is free to subscribe and share the stream as well. Also, before we get started, put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear me fine. If the audio is good, put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear me perfectly fine. I want to make sure that the audio is good today, okay? So 1 in the chat if you guys can hear me just fine. Okay, good. Okay, so y'all can hear me good. Thank y'all so much for being here. Shout out to everybody. I hope y'all day is going well. I hope all of you are doing good. Also, as you come into the building, hit the like button. Once again, hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. Y'all, that is super, super important. So listen, the topic for today's discussion, what Black women feared most is finally here plus more. Talk about this because I saw this video on Oshay, Oshay's channel, Oshay Duke Jackson. Shout out to Oshay. I put the full link to Oshay's video in the description box, so make sure you guys go over and check that out if you haven't already. It made me think of this point that I'm bringing forth in this video because it's something that a lot of women do. But, you know, amongst other things as well, women do things, but they don't realize the consequences of their actions and how this can affect them down the road. And this is going to be one example of that type of mentality. So, you know, I want to kind of dive into it. And of course, I want to get y'all thoughts on it. So make sure you chime in the comments. I want to hear what y'all have to say. Also, if you want to support the channel, make sure you support via Super Chat or Cash App, or purchase merchandise. The link is at the top of the pin to the top of the chat. So make sure you guys are supporting in that way. And also just hit the like button. That helps a whole lot. All right. So I want to get into this because, you know, we talk about these things, but I don't think people really understand the effects of certain things and the choices that they make. It's almost as if people want to make certain choices in life without any consequences, without any effects, in a negative way, because we all accept, you know, a positive results. We all accept the positive things that comes from our choices, but we don't oftentimes are ready to accept the negative aspects of our choices. We don't want to look at the negative consequences associated with our choices. And so sometimes, you know, people become, you know, a little bit bothered by that. But they never really go to the source to try to look at how this came about, because it points directly to them. It's the same old narrative. It happens over and over and over in different, you know, situations, but it's the same. You got to go to the root of the problem. You got to take accountability. That's how it starts. So I want to get into the video that Oshay posted. Once again, shout out to Oshay. And I want you guys to pay attention to this and how it plays into, what we hear women say about men as it relates to how women call men sassy, and how men say that, you know, this new era of men are feminine and all these things that they typically use to shame men, but they never talk about how that came about or what may have transpired to cause it. You know what I mean? Because there is a cause and there's effect. But a lot of people walk around as if there's just the effect of something, but they don't want to go to the cause, because the cause, once again, might be pointing directly at you. So let's get into the video. I want to hear your thoughts. Comment, like, subscribe. Y'all know what it is. And turn on that notification bell to be notified when I upload new content or go live. Let's get into the first video. Here we go.
1995, the city of New Orleans has thrown an event for charity called the New Orleans Red Dress Run. What happens here is that people come in red dresses and they run, I think, for a few miles in the French Quarter. The whole idea is that this run raises money for charities, in big amounts of money, like hundreds of thousands of dollars for local charities. This becomes a full-day festival of music, food, and wall-to-wall red dresses. And of course, women are going to come in their nice red dresses. But it's not only women who are coming in their red dresses.
Should I call you Mister?
You also have men who are coming in the red dresses. And in this case, not only do you have men coming in the red dresses, you in particular have black men. Let me be specific, gay black men. And these black men this year were the talk of the town. Many of these black men who to some women had masculine physiques shocked the aura of the event by wearing these red dresses and for some people prancing around as if they were women themselves. And some single black women did not like this at all.
I'm irritated for real because that was supposed to be a charity event and all these damn that went up there with these tight ass red dresses looking like bad. Like, who gonna be the for real? Like, who gonna be the man? Like, why do you men want to be females so bad? Like, and it's very, very disturbing for real because I don't want to see no mother men in this tight ass dress looking like a bad. You can see the frustration on all the females' faces. Like, damn, are y'all literally serious? Like, who are going to be the man? Like, it's so disturbing that y'all went to a charity event and took over.
Now,
wait. Now, we got to stop there. Shout out to Oshay once again. Now, you know, and so this is what I'm saying. This begs a bigger question. Women are going to be the first to complain about everything. Let's just say that we complain about everything, right? But women are going to be the first ones to complain about all these men with these dresses on. You know, she said what she said, which was wild, but they complain about it. But what a lot of them won't do is go back to the root of this problem. It's not, and it's really not like to really just point the finger completely at one group of people or just one person. It's just you still have to go to the root of and the causation of certain things. Now, if you can go back to where a lot of these young men were little boys and they started playing with baby dolls and, you know, they start trying to play dress up at home or whatever, try to, you know what I'm saying, emulate girls and, you know, and stuff like that. Because I have a cousin and he did this when we were young, to be honest. My cousin, he was wondering if he looked like a girl. Did he talk like a girl? You know, he wanted to be like a girl and he's, you know, that girl now. So, you know, you got to go back to those days where these little boys were doing all this stuff and showing these signs of this. And you got to go to the parents. Where were the mothers? Where were the fathers? What did they tell them? What did they do about it? You know what I'm saying? Like, because once again, it's usually the women who, I will say, women are the main ones who embrace all of this. Women, you know, just about every woman got a good, you know, gay Judy. That's what they would call them. A good gay friend or several. And, you know, and I'm not saying that you should be discriminating against people or anything like that. I'm just saying what it is. Most of these men have, you know, good girlfriends. Their girlfriends, they hang out, they get dressed together. You know, they go out and, you know, they go try to catch men together. So that exists. But what I'm saying is, what type of, you got to think about what type of household were these people raised in? Like, what were they taught? Was it embraced? You know, and I can't speak for everybody's household and how they were raised, or if that even attribute to the fact that the child, you know, turned out to be that way. But we do know that grown women are the ones who embrace and support anything in the LGBTQIA or whatever, you know, all of it. They're usually the ones that support it and they you know, they stand behind it and all of that until it becomes a problem. Until now it's looked like it's threatening your livelihood or threatening your very being of being a you know, a woman. Then this is when they want to start complaining and having all these outcries and burst outs, because it's like, oh my God, what are y'all doing? You know, the same thing with the rest of the community, where now, you know, they had to get their heads bashed in all these sports to start to realize that, oh no, we can't, you know, we can't really rock with this because we getting messed up. We really getting messed up. You know, your brain's getting messed up, messing with these, you know, these people out here playing this game. So when they realize that, oh, then they start to complain and then they start to make changes. But before that, it's all good. Oh, we're all together and it's all kumbaya and great, but you don't realize who you're dealing with and how far they'll decide to take it. So this is just another example of that. You know what I'm saying? And let me say this, I don't discriminate against anybody. I don't have a problem with anybody, but I'm just calling it out the way I see it. And I think women are always the same way they complain about straight men. Men, in relationships, they complain about the problems with the men, but they don't look at themselves. You don't point out your issues, the issues that you have that contributed to all of this. So here it is now. They're mad at these guys because they're showing up in their red dresses. And they're taking over. They're taking over y'all's spot. Probably something that was once mostly women out here celebrating because you got to wear dresses. So it's mostly women. Oh no, they say, baby, we're gonna show up and show out in our dresses, and we're gonna look better than you. So now they're mad about it. I just wanted to say that. But let's continue.
This is a woman who is talking about these black men in a very pejorative way. It's such a pejorative way. We had to block out the terms. And of course, she's saying, like, where are the men for us? Like, all of these men are just gay. There are no more men. In other words, when are you guys going to stop being like that, and come back to women? And this was another complaint.
So a lot of y'all know that yesterday they had the red dress run in New Orleans yesterday, and it was really, really packed out there. They had a lot of men out there. They had a lot of women out there. They had a lot of the gay community out there. And I just want to say this. If you was a straight man, if you identify as a straight man and you had on a red dress yesterday out there with those people, you are now gay.
You are gay.
That's it. That's all.
Well, not everybody agreed with these ladies. You had a sister who understood that something was wrong with the energy, at least to her estimation, as to the homophobia towards these black men.
I came across the video of the black men in New Orleans. They were celebrating something. They all had on red, pretty much. You can go look it up. And when I opened up the comment section, all of the comments were saying, this is so sad. This is why I'm single. Who gonna be the boys? We can't even have femininity to ourselves and things of that sort. Mind you, these are openly gay black men. You were never on their radar. They're not the reason why you're single. They're gay. They weren't looking for you. You weren't looking at them because they're gay.
Now this sister is saying, look, black women want to be upset when black men are on the down low. You want these men to be out. And then now that they're out and they're expressing themselves, you have a problem with it. The problem that you have as women, in her opinion, is these men were gay anyway, right? These men were gay. They were never interested in women. They're there for each other. And there was a whole bunch of, TikTok videos I saw of men coming from other cities, looking for other men to hang out with, men, doing their get ready with me, dresses on and all kind of stuff. So it's clear that these black men were not there for the women. The ones that were wearing the red dresses, they were there for each other. All right. But this is the one that really got me the most.
Y'all need to watch that P word. All I hear is this, that, how the came to red dress run and took over and all of this, that, and the third and fourth. My thing is, what is y'all problem with one specific demographic of people? What the problem is it that a whole bunch of people that happen to be homosexuals bought a whole bunch of tourism money to this city? This is a tourist city. So if they remove red dress from New Orleans and put it somewhere else, then what's up? Then it's always real fish, females. Y'all talk too much. I've been said this before. Y'all get on here and call everybody but a child of God, but then when somebody make a reaction video or say something to you, then it's a problem. But y'all can sit up here and talk all this bullshit that y'all are sitting up here let go out your mouth talking about what it was not supposed to be a charity event. But I'm gonna ask you this: how much money did you get up off of your ass and go donate, or did you just sit in your low income apartment and make a TikTok video about people that actually spent money to get up and travel? Many of people pumped thousands and thousands of dollars into the city of New Orleans for this event, and this is why people cannot coexist in the world, because females truly have a problem with the gays. This is just going to show the homophobia.
Well, a lot of them have problems with everybody. It's never them. It's the gays. It's the straight men, black men. It's the government. It's everybody. It's the boogeyman. I mean, hell, it's the alternate universe and X-Men. It's everybody. It's everybody except them. They're the ones that are, above all of the drama. They're above. It's beyond them, what's going on, because they're the perfect ones. You know what I'm saying? And so next you'll hear them saying that they can't find a man because all the men are gay. They've been talking about this DL situation, that the men are on the DL. They call every man that they meet. We was just talking about this yesterday about the guy on the Kendra G. They quickly say, he's a homosexual. He's a homosexual because he's like to smile and he's a quirky type dude. So they put everybody in that box anyway. So, I mean, I will say these are openly gay men who decided to participate in this charity event. And a lot of the women got in their feelings and didn't like it. But I mean, sometimes women confuse me. I'm just saying, I get confused and mind boggled because I don't understand their angle and what do you want and what you're looking for. Because on one hand, you support gay people in general and you have no problem with them. Then on the other hand, like I said, when it looks like it's threatening you or it's a problem to you, then you want to have a problem. It's just confusing to me. Chris Reed, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, will we going to have when will we have more of this, because women are interacting with each other more? And can you also agree with me on that? That's the reason why I guess the gay community is getting so popular. I'm not fully understand what you're saying. Let me see. With each other more and more. And that's the reason why the community is getting so popular. It could be. I mean, you could have a point there. It could be. I'm not for sure, but you might have a point there. I mean, that may be, an issue, I guess, for the homosexuals, because if women are interacting, you're saying, with each other more and more and not really focusing on them, then maybe that could cause an issue. You say that's the reason why it's getting so popular. I don't know. Maybe. Thank you, Chris Reed, though. I appreciate you, though. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. Thai Boxing 67 says, when Black women don't surround their boys with the masculine presence, those boys become the project runways those same women will complain about. Yeah, that's a big part. And I wanted to touch on that. And I was definitely going to touch on that because I think that's part of the problem as well. A lot of these young men or young boys are being raised by a group of women. It's just the mamas, the aunties, the sisters, the cousins, they're surrounded by a bunch of women. And so they tend to emulate what they see. That's just what it is. So yeah, you got a very good point. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. The Thai Boxing 67. See, Irvin, thank you for the super chat. The sassy gang pulled up. LOL. They was out there, and so I guess if they weren't bothering anybody, but I guess their presence made the women feel uncomfortable. That's what I'm gathering. Thank you, C. Irvin. I appreciate you. Chris Reed again says, let's do an experiment. Let's put a trans and a woman in a room filled with men, and let's see what men want. Put a trans and a woman in a room filled with men, and let's see what men would want. Oh my God. Can y'all, would you, okay. Oh my God. There may have been an experiment like that of some sort, in some way, shape, or form. You know what I'm saying? That's something else right there, Chris Reed. Thank you for the super chat. That was, that's something else though. Divine Photos, thank you for the super chat. Says, gay men need to call out their so-called women friends, because women who claim to be friends with them are the same women who use slurs that offend men. Exactly. So, once again, it's all a sisterhood. You know what I'm saying? It all becomes one big chaotic sisterhood that doesn't really benefit any of them, in my opinion. Thank you once again, Divine Folders. I appreciate you. Let's continue.
Everybody wants to jump on the Pope bandwagon on today. Shut up.
So this man, by the name of Ken, okay, he basically is tired of black women degrading gay men, right? And there seems to be a problem, a certain type of homophobia. And you could tell that from what the woman said and from what this black man said here, who's happens to be gay, there is some tension between the two groups. When it comes to black women, according to him, you know, you act like you are a friend, you act like you like us. And then when black men are expressing themselves as to who they are in their sexuality, all of a sudden, these guys are the F-bomb and other derogatory terms to describe themselves. But, you know, if you need something and, you know, you need a friend to do your hair, these guys are okay. And so the gay men in the black community are always saying it's always a black woman degrading black men. And you're not hearing him say it's always the black men or the heterosexual black men that are degrading black women. And that's an untold thing in black America. One of the things I noticed coming up in the black community, could you get bullied if you were a person that was, you know, gay or bisexual? I'm pretty sure you could. But when you look at the animosity online, it don't really exist between heterosexual black men and gay black men. The animosity that I see exists is between heterosexual black women and gay black men. And I'm just gonna go ahead and throw this into the fire. A lot of black women are complaining about, if it's not gay black men, effeminate black men.
Right.
Whether they be heterosexual or homosexual. I don't have any science to prove, you know, if two-parent homes produce more heterosexual men or more gay black men. I think that it's more heterosexual, but I can't prove it right now. Here's what I also say. Black women complain about effeminate men who don't want to get out and provide, men who don't want to take care of business, men who don't want to do X, Y, and Z. But at the same time, these are the same women that get pregnant by a man that they don't like or they can't get along with. And then the man doesn't want to take care of the kids. Yep. They can do bad all by themselves. It's them against the world. And then they produce a young man. And since there is no strong father figure in the home, who is the young man going to model himself after? He's going to model himself after you. And if you don't get somebody effeminate, or as some black men will say, gay, then you get some of these hyperactive, hyper masculine black men, emotional, dangerous in certain ways, not all the times, but you can see it's not a young man that's rational, logical thinking. And so the issue is that you find out that sometimes black women can be complaining about the problem that they're creating.
Exactly. And they're going to always find a reason to complain because there's no accountability. It's always, most of the time, going to be somebody else's fault. No matter what problem arises, it's going to be somebody else's fault. There's never any accountability. Oh, the fathers weren't in the home. This is why, the kids are acting this way. Well, they didn't want to be here. They ran off. No, they were never there because y'all know y'all was just getting pumped and dumped. This was no father. It wasn't even your man. A lot of times they just are going out for the D. They're not going out. You don't have, a lot of these women don't have stable relationships with the men they're sleeping with. It just be, a F buddy, right? And y'all do that, y'all move on and boom, oops, now you're pregnant. He ain't ready to be no father and you knew it. And so, but you had a child and then you complain, oh, they left. They didn't want to be in the household. He was never there in some cases. And then, so it's always an issue. Oh, all these men out here dressing, trying to be us and trying to take over. Now you got a problem with it when they be your besties and y'all be hanging out all the time. Every woman has like I said, a homosexual best friend that y'all hang out, go to the clubs with, do everything with. It's cool. But then when it looks like they're taking over, now y'all got a problem with them. So, it's just, it's a mentality thing. It really is. Is it Castigator? I hope I'm saying that right. Says these women mad they can't rock the same dresses. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you, L Castigator. Chris Reed says if we have more women interacting with each other and not with straight men, this is where the the gay community takes over. I guess I see what you're saying. Thank you once again, Chris Reed. I appreciate you. Let's continue.
Years ago, Ron Wills wrote an article on the Negro Manosphere that said black women create the problem that they complain about. Yeah. And in one area, he talks about effeminate black men that are created by single mothers, whether they be heterosexual, effeminate, lazy, whatever, or gay in certain instances, okay? Or hardworking black women. What you find out is a lot of the black women that are single moms prepare their daughters for success in the future worlds and the business world, but at the same time, their black young men are left behind. And if you want more black men to become providers, if you want more black men to become protectors, if you want more black men to be masculine, those are created. They are not born. All right. The reason why I'm the kind of man I am today is because I had an active grandfather in my life. My father definitely was there, but I had an active grandfather. I had a church ministry around me. I had many black men in my community I could look up to, I could talk to. That's by design. When you have men in your community, your men turn out to be like what you want. But if you don't invest into those things, you don't get it. So now you hear the women complaining about the lack of men that can do these things, but you're not putting your sons in an environment where they can see these behaviors. Right. It's either you don't want to be with those kind of men or you don't like those kind of environments. You don't want to sacrifice to create those environments because it will take you being more submissive and giving up some of the things that you would want to do in order to do so. But you feel that you being whatever you want to do, handling however you want to handle it, your son is automatically going to come out as a provider and a protector. But those are made. They are not born. Okay. Men who take care of women, they are made, okay? They have to watch that process. They are coached. They are developed. They understand what it means to work 17, 18 hours a day. Understanding responsibility is something that they have to see. So if they don't see that and you have kids and you're not having kids with the kind of man that can be like that, then stop complaining about other black women's sons that ain't out there trying to protect you. Because if you're not producing those kind of young men for other black women, I think that a lot of these women should be quiet because you are not helping. You are not helping the next generation of black girls if you're complaining about the black men that's out there, whether they have red dresses on, whether they got Converses on, or whatever they got. If you are not the solution to creating black men that have fathers, that have black men around them, creating opportunities for black women, then you shouldn't be saying something, okay? You think that all of a sudden these black men gonna come out and start valuing women and start taking care of women if they haven't seen it? No, they're gonna be what they see. Black men are gonna be what they see. In today's version of black men that y'all complaining about, y'all don't like what you see. And the reasons why you don't like what you see is because we know who these young men grew up with. Mostly. Wow. We know that. And when we dig deeper into who these young men model themselves after and who's the influence in their life, we already know what that's about. This is
exactly. I mean, he's absolutely right. I mean, but once again, they'll never admit it because there's never any accountability. It's like, oh, like they just, came out the thin blue sky the way that they are, that you had no influence over them whatsoever. Ben talk about, oh, they make it and then try to make it seem you see the things you don't like and you don't want to have any accountability towards it, but then at the same time you try to make it seem like you as the women did such a great job and y'all are so great in the community and you we holding it down and we doing this, but you're really not. And so I just think once again, like I said, there's never any accountability. They're never going to say, oh, we had a hand in this. You watch and you could just watch, because I saw that little boy, and I've seen several kids like this. Listen to the way these little children talk. They talk, when they talk and they moving their head and they doing this and talking, they talking just like their mamas. They talking just like their mothers. I watched that little boy who them little boys was stealing out of that store. Then they had the follow-up video where the sister was talking. The little boy, I swear, the little boy sounded just like the sister, the big sister. He talked just like her. What the F? And who you talking to, you B? I mean, he sounded just like the sister. And I'm pretty sure if we could see the mother, the sister sound like the mother. They all sound like the mother. So yeah, and these young boys are young talking like that. So you think this just automatically gonna go away when they get older? They're gonna still be talking like that, waving their hand and waving their head and talking like a woman. You know, it is very you could see where it comes from, you know, but then when they grow up and you know they might want to date somebody, these women are gonna call them they're gonna call them what's the word? Shit. What's the word they call them? Sassy. They all gonna be sassy. But then when we say y'all need to prioritize, you know, marriage, and we say, oh, you need to make sure you have, you know, before you go out here and make these babies, that you have, you know, a stable household, some stable footing, so that you'll be able to properly raise these kids with both parents in the household. Oh, well, the men, blame the men. The men all walk away. Oh, we don't have nothing to do with it. You know, no, he didn't make us open our legs. He didn't make us do it. We wanted to do it because we wanted the D too. Just as much. We love, you know, getting the D just like they love getting it from us. And we just do what we want to do. But there's no accountability on your part. You only want to put it all on the men. Every situation is somebody else's fault and somebody else's problem. Y'all never have no kind of contribution to the downfall of anything, the problems within the like, oh, they just were there. Like, you know, you act like they were there and they, you know, they had nothing to do with it. They were like robots and somebody controlled them, made them, you know, make the choices that they made. Like, it's just so stupid, really. It's really annoying, honestly. To hear this sort of like that lady, and I was telling my husband about this earlier before I started this live. I'm like telling him about the lady sitting there, the single mother, talking about single mothers deserve the world. That I didn't. They deserve it all. Like, I'm just like, I don't. For the life of me, I don't understand that thinking, and it's very crazy and delusional. And so, you know, once again, I don't have a problem with what people choose to do. It's just that when you complain on social media, and you know, and people are going to hear and have an opinion about it. You know, you complain about everything, but you don't contribute to it whatsoever. You only see the consequences of the choices, but you don't acknowledge that the choices were poor. So that's called delusional. You don't even acknowledge that you made poor choices because you don't want to accept the poor outcomes associated with them. So, oh, it's got to be his fault. It's got to be this one's fault. Oh, all these men out here in dresses looking a hot mess and this and that. You got all the negative things to say when y'all really, a lot of what, like I said, be right there supporting it. You supporting it, you okay with it, you don't have a problem with it until you think it's affecting you. Now they coming out with all of it, and y'all kind of pushed to the sideline. Now you feeling some kind of way about it, and now they all kind of names. You know what I'm saying? But before all of that, you didn't have no problem with it. You're supporting it, and you support everybody, you love everybody, everybody's good. Until it threatens something about you. So I don't know. It's just stupid. I really, it don't make no sense to me, y'all. It really don't be making sense. But once again, like I said, like, there's just no accountability. That's all I'm gonna say. And I do think and agree with Oshay when he said these women create the very men that they complain about. I think it's true. And you got to understand that if you're raising, you know, in some rare cases, I think, you know, you could have because we talk about this as well. You can have both parents in the household, but some of these young people, they're going to go a totally different route. So I do think that all things could be true, but it's not a high likelihood. But there are cases where, you know, you could say, yeah, both parents in the household, the man was manly, and, you know, he taught him and bought him trucks and taught him, you know, and played football with him. But that child just was not into those things. That child just was gravitated more towards the mother. He just really didn't like sports. That's not the route he wanted to take. So we can say that there are some cases where that's just what it is. That's just who they choose to be. And none of that stuff really, you know, they don't want any of that. So, you know, but for the most part, though, a lot of these young individuals, young children, young men, young women tend to emulate their mothers if that's all they see, their aunties and all the women around them. This is how a lot of these people, you know, say that they learn how to be the way that they are because of their mothers, because of the women in their families, because that's who taught them how to dress, how to do their hair, how to do their makeup, and how to do all of that. So I mean, it makes sense, you know, that, hey, you emulate what you see. And if you happen to like what you see, then you emulate it some more. And then it becomes who you are. And that is what you end up, you know, living your life as. So, but I think, it never seemed to be a big problem though, as it relates to that with women. I just think once women feel threatened by something, or they think, oh, it's, you know, like I said, coming for them, then they gonna have a problem with it. But it wasn't initially a problem in the first place, is what I'm trying to say. Ezel Kenny, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, if they made a black version of Invasion of the Body Snatchers, it will be about gay men trying to replace black women and some women supporting it. We see that happening though. We see it happening. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy though, because that's what I'm saying. It's like, if it's not it ain't a problem until it's a problem. You support it as long as it's no threat to you. But just the minute you feel like it's a threat, then the gloves come off. It's like, wait a minute. Now they every name in the book. Now you don't like them all of a sudden because now you're like, why so many? Why are they all this way? Y'all ain't gonna handle men. You know what I'm saying? But thank you, Ezel. I hope I'm saying it right. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. The night shift says, hey, DeeDee. Hey, the night shift. Thank you so much for being here and supporting the channel. I appreciate you. All right, y'all. So that's enough gay talk. We're gonna move on. I want to play this clip. This comes from the Lapeef network. I don't know if you guys have seen this one, but I want to play this one because I thought it was interesting. And I want to get your thoughts. So make sure you are chiming in. What's going on, Mauricio? How are you? So make sure you chime in the chat. Here we go.
Hey, yo, do you want to finish your statement?
Yes, I do. First of all, just because someone, because put like this, most marriages won't even last 30, 40, 50 years. That's never been on paper. We got to stop this acting like every marriage going to last 50 years. Some people going to die or divorce. That's just how it goes. Every relationship ends. And yes, I am part of the divorce. See, but guess what? My kids turned out great. And baby, you've been married 4 years. I was married 10.
Your kids have to do with your relationship.
And because they still turned out great in whatever situation I'm in. But I will tell you this.
Single mothers make great kids too.
What are you showing your children? What are you showing your children as a woman who claims she married, but you still go out here and live with cootie cats? Because at the end of the day, you
sound crazy.
It's a good upbringing at all. You're not showing them no stability in the house.
I'm showing them my sex life. Is that what you're insinuating? You sound retarded. Were you fucking your husband in front of your kids? Were you fucking your husband in front of your kids?
Women, baby.
No, you weren't. So
okay, it got heated on this episode. They kind of went at it. The older lady, you know, was trying to like school the younger girl, and it just kind of went left, y'all. I've been having this clip for a minute. I wanted to shout out to the Lapeef network. I put the link to the full video in the description if y'all want to go check that out. But baby, this is where, you know, the older lady is trying to school the younger lady kind of went left, where, you know, a lot of young people are not trying to hear anything from the older people because they think that they're hypocrites. But let's continue, just to give a little bit of context. Let's continue.
How the fuck would somebody know what you're doing in the bedroom?
Your kids know, baby. Don't
make it make sense. Make it make sense. But you know what? I get why you would think that. Because at 15, when you have a baby, you probably had a baby on your hip all the time and didn't have a support system. So, like, you know, you probably couldn't do nothing. I get it.
Baby, I get it. Graduated, went to college.
We pissed you off today.
Are so way off.
Right. That's crazy.
Hold on, hang on. So now y'all not having a conversation. Y'all are trying to hold on, wait. Y'all are trying to throw ad hominem attacks. Y'all not actually having a conversation.
No, it's not an attack.
Nobody knows whoever did whenever they had a baby. So let's just move the conversation forward. I think Bohemian wanted to interrupt, and I think Sweeney wanted to support. And I think Sweeney wanted to go next or whatever.
That's why
we could learn. Sweeney, you want to
had a divorce $1,000 a year, okay? Because he got it like
yes, what not to do. You're absolutely right. What not to do.
Right.
Okay.
Nice try. But you're not on my list.
Like I said,
bring it down. Let's chill.
Now, let me ask y'all this. Do you think that just because a person is older than you, that they have this, you know, they have seniority and they, you know, you got to respect them to the umpteenth level because they're older, not necessarily based on their experiences and wisdom, but just because they're older and maybe they know something. I don't know. Do you hold older people to a higher regard just because they're older, or is it about their choices as well? Because let me tell you something. You know, we're all older we're older people to somebody, right? And my thing is this: I do find that there are like older women, like I'm talking about like 60s and stuff like that, 50s, 60s, older, older, who do take this kind of grandstand of kind of like that. I'm not saying that's in this case. I'm just saying in general, I've seen when they do try to take this route of they are older, so they know better, and they got all the answers, but then when you start picking apart or getting deeper into their background and the choices that they've made and the things that they've done, you start picking that apart and saying, wait a minute, I shouldn't be listening to you. You're older, you're supposed to be wiser, but you did make some tricky decisions. And you know what I'm saying? So I don't know, if you're the end all be all, like if you really, this somebody I should really be putting all my trust into and listening to, because you made some questionable decisions in the past. And I don't know, so I don't know. I think, I think you can learn from people, but people have to be honest and people have to be real about, you just got to be real. I don't know how else to put it. I'm just like, I don't care if you old or young. I don't think you should just be listening to anybody just because, based off of that, just because, these old people know what they're talking about. No, they don't. Not all the time. Not all the time. Hell, I listened to my mother tell me that vitiligo was she thought vitiligo was what did she thought? She thought it was what the hell? Damn. What did she thought? She thought vitiligo was oh my God. What did my mother think vitiligo was? She thought vitiligo was something, and I'm like, Lord, and I'm like, that is not it. And she had me believing that for years, told that to me when I was a kid. And I'm like, and then grow up and stuff. And then I, hear Michael Jackson has vitiligo. And I'm like, oh, you look up what she was saying. It's something with sores and stuff all over the body. They didn't have sores over their bodies. She thought vitiligo was something from the Bible, where they have sores all over them and stuff. What's going on, Frank G Life? I'm just like, and they be believing that. They be believing everything that they be saying, and they don't really be knowing what they're talking about. Then what's the thing from the Bible where people get these sores on leprosy? Lord, this lady thought vitiligo was leprosy. And for years, as a child, as growing up, I thought vitiligo was leprosy. Leprosy is not the same, but they don't be knowing everything. I just want to point that out. You got to really take the meat and spit out the bones. You just can't, just because you're older don't mean you know what you're talking about. I'm just saying. And see, Irvin, thank you for the super chat, says it's like when some women say they are a girl's girl. Sure they are, until that woman says something she don't like. Then the names come. Exactly. That's why I don't consider myself a girl's girl, because I know how they act. I know what they do. I know what to expect. And I want no parts of it. Thank you, C. Irvin. I appreciate you. Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense. I'm a little tired, y'all. What's this? L again? Thank you for the super chat. Says women are the biggest misogynists. Internalize well. Thank you, L. Once again, I appreciate you for the super chat. Mauricio 91, thank you so much for the super chat. Respect to your elders doesn't mean you have to take every piece of poorly thought out emotional advice they give you. Exactly. I respect my parents. I don't take any of their advice. And once you are an adult, that's, once your parents raise you to adulthood and then you're on your own, you call the shots then. Thank you, Mauricio. I appreciate you. You call the shots. You make your decisions. It don't mean you have to take everything that they've taught you. You could take some things that apply, and I mean, it's up to you. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, thank you. I appreciate you. Yeah, it's it's just you gotta do what's best for you and what you choose for your life. So I just think I don't know. I just don't think just because you're an elder that people just supposed to revere you and take everything you say for face value without investigating anything. And because you're an elder, I know that elder know it all. No, they don't. No, they don't. Let's continue.
So, but you making it seem like
a new question, and we could take it to both.
You're not on my level.
Take it to both. Okay, lady,
you never will.
Y'all, both of y'all mute up for a second. We'll come back to y'all after y'all cool down. Both. Do you think that sexual freedom has been beneficial or harmful to women? And then Lady Ty and
Man, what about me, nigga?
Can I go first? I gotta handle something. I'm sorry, Bo. Say it again, real quick.
Do you think sexual freedom has been beneficial to women?
Damn.
Or detrimental?
Why you can't just say sexual promiscuity?
Well, the answer obviously is no, because I believe in a 2-parent household because the kids need both parents. They need two different sides of the world, the brain. You can't get everything from a lady. You can't get everything from a man. And I'm tired of hearing people say that this could happen and it's successful. It's not. These kids are lacking things today from having single parent household, whether it be the man is raising the kids or the female raising the kids. I don't give a damn. Men who raise their kids by themselves, that boy or that child that they're raising is going to lack the sense of how to love and all this stuff, love properly, how to nurture and all these things. And then the women who are raising these boys or these girls without a father, they're lacking the sense of logic, right? Logical reasoning, and they have too many emotions going on. So you need a balance in the house. That's what I'm saying. Balance comes from having two parents in the house. So the sexual liberation is just basically saying I could go have sex with whoever I want, and there's no repercussions for it. I can delete my child. I can either be on birth control for 20 goddamn years, which is harming yourself, or I could just hand my child off for adoption. I could give my kid to my grandparent. Like, that's not helping the kids. Everything is about self. What's wrong with like making it more we talking about household earlier. Worry about your own household. So you're not worrying about your own household at all. You're actually fucking over your household by keep thinking that you could just have sex and nothing's gonna happen. Sex was made to have children. I do understand it's a pleasure with that, but sex was made to have kids. That's the whole point of it. So that's why they created these condoms and these birth controls to help us eliminate it. And they created the Plan Bs. But that's not what it's for. It's made to keep having kids and populating the world. So I'm saying that this sexual liberation should be, you should be sexually liberated in your marriage. That's it. Not just having sex with anybody that you want to. That makes no sense. And it seems like the women are the problem in this whole conversation. It's all about what women want to do. They want to open their legs. Remember, and if we keep our legs closed, none of this shit would be happening. All these issues that we're talking about, it won't be happening. I don't care what man wants to have sex with you. If you keep your legs closed, then we would be fine. But it seems like women just want to open their legs and we was born hoes. That's what it seemed like. And basically fuck marriage and we can just do whatever we want. That doesn't help anything. It destroys the world.
So, Lady Dot, it sounds like you're very passionate about this. Bohem, interrupt when you want to. Go ahead.
Yes, I'm passionate about it.
The only reason why I was asking that is because it sounds like you're like the if you listen to this panel, you and I think Dr. Lady O, maybe Todd, are like the last of a dying breed that's trying to continue to make that push. But I think it's safe to say that the reason why you're doing it because you've probably figured out, maybe based off research, maybe based off your experience, that still pushing the envelope on marriage and nuclear family is the best or optimal position for people in society as far as success or outcomes when it comes to economics, overall well-being of a particular demographic or group. And that's what it sounds like to me, and I think that's the reason why you're doing it. But then you have some people.
It's better to do things together because ain't nothing successful with just one person. We already know billionaires have a team. It's not just I became a billionaire by myself. That does not happen. You have people working for you. You have people giving you wise advice. You have people loaning you money, whatever it is that's helping you get there. You don't do shit by yourself. You got viewers, you got fans. All of that stuff is by a team of people. There's no way in the world you're going to get anything solo.
And, you know, a lot of the women who, you know, say they're doing it by themselves are lying. They're not really doing it by themselves. We know this, the government assistance is helping you. Some a roster of men helping you. You got, you know, family members helping you to watch the kids while you go to work. You over here finessing a bunch of, you know, simpish men to get some extra help for what you need. You know what I mean? It's never a situation where you're doing it when it comes to women. When you're doing it completely by yourself, you get Section 8, you get food stamp government assistance, even though they're crashing out on these food stamps because they can't get junk food. Well, I don't know if y'all saw that crash out video. They crashing out because they can't get the snacks. So they're cutting that. But, you know, it's never a situation from my experience and what I've seen from women who are completely doing it by themselves. You have some support, you have help in one way, shape, or form. It's not you really getting it out the mud all by yourself. No, it's always somebody helping. So I agree with her on that they're not doing it by themselves. And it's always better to have, you know, two people working together. Y'all not working against each other. You working together for a bigger goal, a bigger cause. It's always better in that way, in my opinion. Chris Reed, thank you once again for the super chat. Says, well, I don't agree what she say. If women keep their legs closed, guess what's going to happen to them? They're going to get the RP, so me, and use their mouthpiece to get the legs open. Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh Lord, and that shouldn't be happening either. You know what I'm saying? That's illegal. You don't want to go that route because then, you know, that's, you know, so yeah, I mean, I don't think it has to be that extreme. You know what I'm saying? And you just have to have respect for yourself and be selective of who you allow in your body, and preferably, you know, you might want to find somebody, at least, because I know, you know, I think marriage is good, but if you have two people who are trying to work on it, if you don't have a stable foundation for it, then I'm not going to say do it because you're going to end up divorced. If you don't know the person well enough, if y'all not really on the same page, it don't make no sense to waste your time getting married. Even though I'm for marriage, I think marriage is great. But I think you have to have two people who think the same, who are on the same page. Because if one is, you know, if a man is giving his all, or if it's the woman, vice versa, who's giving their all in the relationship, and the other one is not really fully there, don't want to be there, it's going to be a problem. So you got to have two like-minded people who are interested in the same things for that to work. But if you are in a stable, you know, there are a lot of people who are in stable, healthy relationships and they're not married. They've been long-term girlfriend and boyfriend for years, and they've been able to establish something and make it work. And if you can do that, you know, that's what I would say go for, as opposed to just sleeping with everybody. Because she's right. Opening your legs to Tom, Dick, and Harry, Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, and Mike, and Pee-wee is not going to get you nowhere. You're going to be bitter, old, angry, mad at the world because nobody took you seriously. It really doesn't lead, like I was saying before, to a healthy mentality. You'll be all over the place. These women be so confused and so distraught and disturbed till it's pitiful, mentally challenged and everything else. But thank you, Chris Reed. I appreciate you for the super chat. Is this a different one? Let me see. He says, I don't agree with her term, keep the legs closed. How old is it going to do? Is all it's going to do is make a man mad, and a man going to take it. Yeah, see, once again, I think that's an extreme case. I don't think that every man is out here doing that. You know what I mean? Especially if you're not in a relationship. She's talking about women who are just promiscuous. You know what I'm saying? And if you're not putting yourself in a position with these types of guys, that's why you have to vet people. If your intentions are not to sleep with them and be with them sexually, then don't date them. Don't have them in an environment that may have them thinking that that's what they might get. This is why I say you have to be intentional when you're dating. Hey, let a person know what your intentions are, what you're looking for, what you're not going to do, and what you're going to do. I'm just saying, like in that case, because if you're not looking for just sex from a man, let him know. I'm not, if you're looking for a quick, run through, I'm not your girl. I'm not gonna be a quick run through, so we can know this now. If you taking me out just because you think you're gonna get something, I'm not about that life, and we could just end this right now and keep it moving and stay away from that person. So this is why I think you have to be intentional about your actions and what you want, because you don't want anybody getting the wrong idea of what it is you're looking for, so it won't have to come to that. You know what I'm saying? But thank you once again, Chris. I appreciate you. Let's continue.
And no one wants to live by themselves solo. They gonna have a big ass house by themselves. That sounds silly. You're gonna travel the world by yourself? Okay, and then when you die off, you're just gonna give all your money to just random strangers the whole time? No, you should give it, passing it to somebody and letting stuff keep living on. If we keep deleting all of these things that could make the world keep growing, because that's how we got here. The world was growing, right? Ain't nobody was saying they didn't want to have no kids back in the day, and they stopped having fucking kids. No, even if they wanted to, the shit wasn't available. We're here because everybody was populating. So if we stop populating because people just want to have sex with your husband or your wife.
Yeah, but the challenge is you got to look at what women want.
Pearl,
women want. I was told I could. I was told I could go off.
And I was asked a question as well before you got back. So
what?
I was asked.
Oh, sure. Okay, sorry.
Yeah. So,
all right. But anyway, y'all, so that was just crazy. I just think, I think it's a lot of, it's too much promiscuity happening. And I just think it needs to, taper off. It's not really benefiting anybody. It's not benefiting women. If anything, it's making them more bitter and you're more angry, because once again, if you pair what's happening with them and the fact that they don't have any accountability, they don't think that they have it, nothing's their fault, and they don't see themselves, and they don't see that they're making mistakes. They don't see what they're doing as a mistake. They don't see it as a problem. So you keep doing it, but somehow you keep doing it looking for a different result. You think the more promiscuous you become, that's going to somehow give you better odds to get a husband or get a man who's going to take you seriously. The more you go out and, get ran through, somehow that has no bearing on you finding, being able to find a stable relationship and actually be able to make that relationship work. They don't see any bearing on how their mentality actually goes against what they believe and what they expect from men. They don't see the comparison. Just like a lot of women try to tell men how men need to be men and how men should do stuff and what they should. And this, you can't tell no man that. That's what I said a long time ago, because somebody was like, oh, she's trying to tell men how to be. I've never claimed to tell a man how to be a man. I'm not a man. So I completely disagree with women trying to tell men how to be men. You're not a man. I can't tell you how to be. I don't have balls and a ball sack. I don't have a scrotum. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what, I don't have that. So I'm not built like a man. I don't have man parts. So I don't know. I'm not a man. I've never lived a day in my life as a man. I don't know what it's, I can't tell you shit about being a man. I could tell you certain things about my man but I'm not a man. It's a difference. Like these women literally be trying to tell men how to be a man. And then as soon as a man tell you, oh no, men don't think like that. Well, I don't think like men don't do what they don't even know themselves, but y'all know what it is to be a man. What it is to be a man. No, you don't. You're not a man. I've never ever tried to tell a man I know I'm not a man, baby. And I can't tell you I ain't trying to do that, because look, I know how women think. I know how women move, because I was raised around a bunch of women, and a lot of them was ratchet. A lot of them had negative things to say about men my whole life. And a lot of them are single, bitter, old, and a whole bunch of other things. And not all of them, but some of them. But a man, I can observe you and I can learn things from you, and I can learn about you and learn certain things about you, which I've learned by being married and seeing the way certain men move. But to go out here and try to tell a man, well, this is what men need to do. You can't do that. No woman could do that. Unless you secretly a man and you not telling us shit. Other than that, nah. Stick to what you know. Because they really be thinking they know what men are about. And a lot of the things that I've heard women say about men years ago, they were all wrong. A lot of the things that they said, oh, men do this, and men do this, and because they sit around. This is why I call it the Bonnet Brigade Society. They sit around. Back then, this was headscarves. They sit around in this kumbaya, somebody's apartment, talking, smoking, and with they headscarves on, sitting around talking about men all day. Talking about what men do, and yeah, they'll do this and they don't want to do this and they'll do that. You never had a conversation with the man. Y'all sitting here making this up and y'all pass that down to the next generation. Yeah, because a man gonna do this and he won't do this. Yeah, and you ain't never had those experiences and you ain't never seen him do none of that stuff you talk about. You making it up because you believe that and you pass it down. And you have a generation after generation of women believing they know what men want, how men think, and all that based off of a lie somebody told them back in the day. And this is why it's so weird to them when they hear men actually speaking out. Social media and modern society has allowed it for men to be able to speak their feelings and say what they really believe and who they are and all these things. And these women don't believe it. Of course they don't believe it because you've been fed a narrative that just wasn't true. You've been fed some information that wasn't true. And now that the men are actually telling you, you look shocked and appalled and you can't believe, oh my God, that's a lie. That's a lie. No, the one who told you all that was a liar. You just ate it up and you believed it without any proof or anything, not even talking to a man. So yeah, so this is why the Bonnet Crew sisterhood is a mess. And I do think they got to stop being promiscuous and going out here because that ain't benefiting them. That ain't helping them one bit. That's not helping you going out and getting all these child just hopping on all these D's. And you think that that's propelling you? No, it's not. It's taking you backwards. It's suffocating you and pulling you in. It ain't pulling you. It ain't making you better. Jamil, thank you for the super chat. It says women hate each other. So sisterhood is hilarious. It is. And they do. They do. They really do. It's a bunch of smoke and mirrors. Act like, oh, girl, yeah, we're girls, girl, yeah. And somebody said it earlier. As soon as you do something that they don't like finding a man. As soon as you get you a man, like, oh, girl, I like him. Ooh, and you start hanging out with your man and not them, now they're gonna have all kind of stuff to say about you. Now they mad. Now they're gonna have a sisterhood Bonnet Crew meeting because you got a man, child. It's just hilarious. Thank you, Jamil, for the super chat. I appreciate you. Mauricio, once again, says these chicks just make ish up and run with it. Facts. I mean, that's exactly what they do. Thank you, Mauricio. Classy Perspective, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. Says those women that talk crap about men that become bitter and old usually get with a man more less than the man they had a child with back during their time. I see what you're saying. Yeah, I think that's true to that for sure. Classy Perspective. Thank you once again for the super chat. I appreciate you. Chris Reed says, and can you touch on Big Mama on Soul Food? Because I was on a panel and a lot of the ladies was upset with her. Big Mama from that character. Big Mama from Soul Food. Touch on it in what way? Like what? It was a character on this show that had diabetes and she burned herself and died. That character. Thank you, Chris Reed. I appreciate you once again for the super chat. We're gonna move on from that particular clip. I got another clip. I got another little clip. I got a few clips I want to show y'all. This woman here was crashing out. And I guess she was crashing out because we're gonna see. I'm just gonna play it. Here we go.
Before I go, bro, you have this shit on record. I am tired, bro. That's it. I'm tired. I'm fucking tired, bro. I just tried to go donate plasma, but because I just found out I'm homeless because I've been living in a motel for the past year and a half. But because I can't fucking donate. So even the $100 fucking dollars that you give me for the thousands of dollars that you get from the byproduct of my body, I can't even have that! Ah! Fuck! Shit! Oh my god, bro! Oh my god! be sick. I don't deserve to be sick. And what you telling me is I don't deserve to eat, bro. Oh! Shit! Oh my God. And like what life is telling me is all I gotta do is be a little bit more evil, bro. Every fucking opportunity that I had that I've lost, bro, is because I couldn't slice somebody. Every fucking opportunity, bro. That is so crazy. Either that or me being sick, and that is so fucking wild. What you telling me is this world is not for me, bro.
Girl, she is a hot mess. What this is the crash out y'all don't see. Crashing out because she couldn't donate plasma and she got sick and she ain't got no money and she homeless. Like, this is what happens when women fail. When women fail, this is what they do. They cry and they crash out because they need somebody to help them. If you saw a man who lost his job and was about to be homeless, if you saw a man crying and crashing like this, you would call him sassy or worse. This is not men take that on the chin and they like deal with it and go figure it out. But these women aren't used to doing this by themselves. That's the thing that I realized. As much as this independent stuff is so popular and women brag about it, they really are not. They're not set up. You're not really made to do this by yourself long term. They really not. This is why they be crashing out. As soon as they have a few problems, they crying. Oh my God, I need help! Help me, bro! Help me, bro! Like, bro, now you want a bro to help you? Damn, you didn't want the bros. Now you want the bro? Go find the bear. How about that? It really doesn't make any sense. And it's like they shoot themselves in the foot. It's like you can't even come back from this because y'all done messed up so bad. Men don't want to even give you any kind of eye contact. They just look off in the winds, like look off like I don't see, like they don't see you because y'all done messed this up really, really bad for yourselves. You really think this independent stuff was good when you had a good job and everything was going well? You had a nice apartment. And, in general, I'm talking about, and, things are good. Everybody had those good times, but when the rain falls, like, can you stand the rain? Because most of them cannot. You're only prepared for the good times. You're not prepared for when the raindrops come falling. You're not ready you're ready for the ups, but you're not ready for the downs, the ebbs and the flow. You're not ready for that. You're ready for everything looking good. I got my job. Everything is in place. I'm thriving, but nobody told y'all, hey, the raindrops will fall. Who sang that? I just remember the song. Who sang that? The Temptations? Anyway, you're not ready for that. You're not ready for the hardships of life. You're not ready for I ain't gonna even say bad. It's just more like, it comes with the territory. Things could be really well and they could also be not so well, but you have to be able to navigate through all of that and come out on top. A lot of times these women break down and crash out just like this, screaming, bro, nothing's going right, and just crying and fall all apart. And you want somebody to come to your rescue, but this shows you that most women are not ready for this independent boss chick status. Jamil says she the average woman. Exactly. Thank you, Jamil. L Castigator, I hope I'm saying it right. Lack of accountability leads to blaming the world. Oh, straight up. I say it all the time. Yeah, because you think somebody, and it leads to entitlements because now you think somebody owe you something. Nobody owe you a goddamn thing that you can't provide for yourself. Come on now. Jamil also says, and she busted. No help is on the way. Thank you, Jamil. Well, she homeless. She ain't got much going on. Classy says she's such an emotional man. But it's so great being independent, and I'm independent of men, and I can do what I want to do. As long as it's good and you got money for your trips. Thank you, Classy Perspective. And you got money for your trips and you could move how you want. You can pay your car note and you can pay your rent and all this. The minute you lose that job and everything fall apart, we see how strong and independent y'all really are. You go run into the nearest help center you could possibly find. Because you panic. All them ladies were losing their jobs and what they was doing on social media crying. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I've never been in this situation before. I don't know. I'm so scared. Oh my God, I'm so scared. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Oh my God. I didn't think this would happen. I thought my job was pretty secure. I thought it was pretty secure. I was doing great. I was hitting the cells. And I was promised job security. I don't know what happened. It just laid me off and they didn't give me a warning. It's like, call me in the office and say, oh, we gotta let you go. And that's it. And I've been with this company for 20 years. Like they can't fathom this happening to them. Because once again, women are coddled and made to believe that nothing could go wrong. They're always taken care of. So when something happens, they become distraught. They're like, wait a minute, this is not supposed to happen to me. Child, let's continue.
That's what y'all are constantly telling. And we're okay with this. We're okay with this. I don't want to live in a world like this where I have to wake up and prove that I deserve shit. And even if I do, it still won't be good enough, bro. You can work more than you do anything else in your life and still won't even be able to have like basic health care. That shit doesn't make any sense to me. I don't want to live in a world like this, bro. It's nobody fucking... It does not... I can't live in a world like this, bro. I can't live in a world like this because this shit's not just about me. I'm tired and I'm tired of watching this shit, yo. There's a man 2 blocks from me fucking starving and falling apart. I can't do shit about that. Nobody can do shit about that. And nobody wants to. And nobody cares to. I don't want to live in a world like this, yo. I'm telling you.
I can't hear no more. I'm done. I feel bad for her in a sense, but I can't keep watching her because the way she's talking with the spit in her mouth, I feel like I have to throw up watching it. I can't watch and listen to people who have watery mouths and stuff because I start feeling like I get nauseous. And she's coughing and spitting and crying and it sounds watery. That makes me feel like I want to gag. But I really wish the best for her and hope she could get it together because like I said, a lot of these women are mentally challenged and they really could go off, it could be very detrimental. Their sanity is at stake. You have to, and I wish the best, nothing but the best, because some of these people go off the deep end, they really can't handle it. So I wish and hope and pray she get what she needs and stuff to survive. I just can't watch no more because I start swallowing and I feel like I have to throw up because the way she's spitting and crying and stuff, I can't do that. Jamil 843, thank you for the super chat. Says, love how you reference New Edition every live. LOL. I love New Edition. Thank you, Jamil. I appreciate you. Yeah, this is unfortunate, but this is the reality for a lot of women, y'all. That's why I say they can put on a big front all they want, but at the end of the day, a lot of them going to be in a situation because you chose to be independent of men. You don't need a man. You can do it all by yourself. But then when you have to do it all by yourself, it's a whole nother story. It's not so easy. People can make it look easy, but it's not when you got to do it. When all these resources are gone and you really got to do it by yourself, this is when you're going to see a whole bunch of crash outs, in my opinion. All right, y'all. I want to move on to this other story because this is crazy. I don't know what the hell was going on here, but I want to play it for you guys. I want to share it because it just was very interesting. I don't know if this lady was possessed or what, but child, let's get into it. Make sure you guys are hitting the like button. Please hit the like button. Make sure you hit the like button, y'all. That is super, super important. 180, there we go. 199 watching. We got 195 likes. Come on, those last few people, hit the like button. What you doing, y'all? You're messing up. Come on now. Four y'all didn't hit the like button. Please, the 4 of you, go hit that like button. Okay, thank you. Let's continue, y'all.
Is it so hard for some people to walk away when told by the police?
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Thanks. Hi. Lady guys here will not leave me alone. She says I'm selling a minor, which I'm not. She don't have an ID on it, so I wouldn't sell her to me. Okay. What the hell? You want her to leave the property? Please do. Hi.
Hi, are you the police officer that I got called? Okay.
Sure am.
Okay. I see him selling to a minor. And what did he look like again? What was that?
Sold a cigar, right?
No, he sold beer to a minor. He goes to school over there at Akron U.
Okay, call the state liquor control.
Call the state liquor control. I will do that. So you can't arrest him now? Nope. But that's what you're supposed to do as a cop, right?
If I have evidence.
If you have evidence. I'm telling you
So
what happened.
he wants you to leave the property, okay?
Oh, does he? Oh, does he really? Okay. That's fine. I will. No problem. Who got my wait? White cop.
Are you going to leave the property?
You need to arrest me?
Yeah, if you don't leave her.
Why? I didn't do anything.
Criminal trespass.
Is it? It's criminal that you're not arresting him right now after I
The
just told you.
state will do an investigation and give him a tip.
Oh, I will.
I don't know. She's not really playing by the rules right now. So.
I'm not doing anything. I called you because he's selling to minors.
He wants you to leave the property now.
But you're supposed to come talk to me because he's selling
I'm
to minors.
talking to you.
Yeah,
I told you
are.
what you need to do. Call state liquor, give them a tip.
You're supposed to call state liquor. You're the cops. I don't even know what that is. You flipped me for what? I didn't do anything.
Ma'am, do you want to leave the property or do you want to go to jail?
For what? Jail for what?
Because we're telling you you need to leave. So now you're criminally trespassing.
Why am I came to buy something.
Okay, and they want you to leave, which is their right. They can refuse service to you.
No, but he did something wrong.
Okay,
what did I do? I called you.
They want you to leave.
I called you.
Ma'am, are you going to leave?
I called you
Yes,
to
or
help
no?
me, and he tried to hit me.
Ma'am, are you going to
He
leave?
tried to hit me, and you're not doing anything about it, huh? Don't
Yeah, we're going to send you to jail if you don't leave the property. That's what we're going to do. So you're going to leave the property or we have to send you to jail?
Girl, if you don't take your ass and leave, you know, this is why I like these videos, because it's just they never I mean, they never listen. It's like, lady, it don't matter who called the police, you called them, and what? That man told you call somebody for, if you thought he was selling to a minor, call, this is what you need to call. That's it. And take your ass and go home. But oh no, they can't do. They gotta keep talking and argue their way into getting arrested. Because that's what it seems like. They want to go to jail. I think they come out looking for something to do to go to jail, honestly. Because if they say call this, if anything else, I can see you saying, oh, could you give me the number or whatever, and I'm going to report him, whatever. If it ain't going the way you want it to go, get your ass in your car or whatever, or hike it down the street and go home, so you don't have to end up screaming and crying all over the ground. I don't understand it. I really don't. Dre the Dream, thank you for the super chat. Says great show already. Thank you so much for being here, and I thank you for the support. I appreciate you. This don't make no sense. Let's continue.
I didn't do anything wrong.
Are you trying to get by?
Oh, they are. Yes, they are.
Are you going to leave?
I don't have to. I
do.
came here to buy something.
Okay,
He's not selling anything.
Ma'am, last chance. Are you
So
going
why
to
is he
leave?
grabbing the beer then? If he's not selling anything and no one's talking.
He's not selling to you. He doesn't want to sell to you.
How do you know
He
that?
has the right to refuse service to you and ask you to leave his property.
So he can sell
It's
to a
private
minor?
property.
But how did you know that? I didn't tell you that on the phone.
Ma'am, are you going to leave?
Are you
Yes or no?
leaving?
How
Yes
did
or
you
no?
know that? How did you know that? How did you know? How did he know that? Are they arrested? Yes, they are. I didn't do anything wrong. Are gonna arrest me? Yes, they are.
43.
But I'm good. Yes, you are. Told to drop the phone. No, don't drop the phone. Oh yeah.
I can't say everybody.
Hey! What did I do? Help me! Help! Oh, help! Help me! Help! Taylor, stop. No, keep going. Help! I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything wrong.
Calm down. Look, no one
I didn't do it. I didn't do. He's trying to help me. I didn't do anything wrong. Help me! Get it on video.
It is on video.
It's on video.
You gotta get in the
Oh
cruiser.
shit! Help! Help! Help me! Help!
Settle
Help!
down in the cruiser.
Help! Help!
Please
Help
get in the
me!
cruiser.
Help! 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 Help!
This is
Help me!
girl. Like, she gonna be. Listen, oh God, I've never, I've always wanted to see something like this in real life. You know what I'm saying? I want to go to Walmart and see something. I used to wish I could go to Walmart or a corner store and see this in real life. It would be amazing to see in real life. Just stand off in the distance and see something like this. I don't know. So this is why I'm drawn to these types of videos, because I've always wanted to see these crash outs in real life. I never get to see them. I never get to see the fights in Walmart. My husband, he always sees stuff. He done seen purse jackings, all kinds of stuff. I never get to see nothing because I'm always in the house. I don't be going out like that. And I never get to see nothing. So this is my chance to see these type of things. This is the closest I'm gonna get for real. Because I don't ever really get to see the crazy stuff. And I'm just like this, like people really, really like crashing out for real over nothing. It's crazy though, but let's continue.
If you don't stop, we're going to put you in a wrap.
Help me! Help! I'm not doing anything wrong! Help me! I just came to stop! Help me! Help! Keep going, yes. Help! I didn't do anything wrong!
That's a wrap. We're going to put you in a wrap.
Why are you going to put me in a wrap?
Because you're not going in the car.
I'm not complying because I didn't do anything. I was at the store and he sold to a minor. Oh my God, I called you for help.
You want to go in there?
Oh man, yes, they are. Oh, Taylor, you're fine. I am, yes, Taylor. It's gonna hurt a little bit.
She's talking to herself. Let's just put her in it.
What am I doing? I'm not doing nothing wrong. I came to shop at the store.
Okay, listen.
Listen, what?
Last chance.
Last chance?
Get in the car. We're putting you in the wrap.
For what? I didn't
because
do
you are
anything.
under arrest.
Trespass.
Huh?
We explained this to you. We gave you multiple lawful commands to leave the property. You did not.
They are. Yes, they are. But I didn't do anything.
Okay.
And you're gonna still wrap me up?
Yep.
Yeah.
For not doing anything?
Because you're being non-compliant.
Will you get in the back seat? Will you sit in the back seat?
I go? Yes, you should.
All right. Have a seat in the back seat.
Because it's going to get worse than I didn't do. Exactly, Taylor. You got it.
Okay.
Damn.
Thank you.
Everybody got their phones? Yes, they do.
We just pink slipped her last week.
Oh, you know?
Yeah.
I see that.
Oh, hold on, baby. This is the real crazy part. Did y'all see people with phones? I didn't see nobody around. She said they out there with their phones. I didn't see nobody with phones. This is scary. Look at this.
The mother. Arrest me. Because you're all going to be on the. Oh, shit. And they don't know. Spit right in their car.
No. Oh, you a nasty bitch. I'm sorry. Y'all. That's another thing with people spitting up. I can't do it. Child, Lord, that's why I don't watch these like that, because it be some crazy stuff. She's spitting in the nasty. Just what's wrong with her? Like she act like she possessed. This is why I be saying a lot of these women are mentally crazy. They thrown off, like mentally disturbed. And they could dress up and look cute and all that, but mentally disturbed. It's gonna take one incident to bring this type of behavior out. And I wouldn't want to be nowhere near it, honestly. Now that I see this is nasty. And look, and it all the hair, like just look disheveled, just look like you just rolled out of bed and said, I'm gonna go start some shit today. Oh God, no.
I told you you're gonna go to jail. One of my babies you just arrested. No BS, they did. Oh, and you just showed the cops how racist they really are. Because I didn't do anything. I called you guys for help. Oh, shit! Babe, oh, they are scared. Yes, they are. Oh, they're probably gonna cuff us soon. Probably, because they're about to go to jail anyway. Oh, they're about to go to... Oh, they're going to Matramo Bay. Ah! These niggas is dumb! Ah!
Oh, no! Oh, shit! She reminded me of Reagan from The Exorcist, a black version. Oh, my God, girl. Jesus Christ, this can't be normal. What is she like? The hell is who's she talking to? Oh my God. Who's she talking to? The damn door? That lady is possessed. That lady is possessed, honey. Yes, please rebuke her. Ooh, Lord have mercy. Chris Reed said it would be different if it was a white woman. What would be different, Chris? Thank you for the super chat. What would be different? She'd just be white and crazy. What you mean, like how the police handle it though? Rainbow Kid, thank you for the super chat. Says DeeDee, what you got us watching? Child, I don't know. This lady is possessed. Some possessed crazy stuff. But it just shows you a lot of these people are messed up in the head. They mess. And now if she slap on a bust down wig, she slap that bust down wig with the middle part on and put her pounds of makeup on and get her a little girdle to pull her little stomach in and put on a 304 Magic City uniform and get some long press on nails and some shoes and go walk out. Some dude will be like, "Ooh, she fine," and don't know that this is what she be doing. Thank you, Rainbow Kid. Child, baby. What is this? She could fake like she a baddie and confuse the hell out you. Have you thinking she's something that she's not? And this is the type of behavior that you would be in for. Jamil says the spirit of Christ compels you. Child, thank you, Jamil. Thank you for the super chat.
White devil, that's why they don't hear me screaming. No, they don't. Ah! Ah! Tell you good now. Oh, I am. I know. Because this shit does hurt, babe. Does it? Yes. Yes, it does. But you didn't practice run. Oh, it was a practice run. Oh, shit. I think he didn't need. You can get out of them cuffs. I think I can. But don't run, Taylor. This is good. It's making them look bad. Oh, we just made him tighter. It's okay. That's even better because then we did. You're dumb as fuck. Oh, we did make him tighter on purpose. That makes you look worse. Oh, God, because I didn't do shit. Oh, God, we got to uncuff her. Yes, you do.
We got to get her in mental health court, I think.
So it's not going to... No? Okay. Someone's there, yeah. Do you know her name? Should I give it?
I gotta look it up. I gotta remember what day I was there last week.
So when you guys got, what was she doing there? Sitting there, she's angry that she says they're selling liquor.
So I got called for her twice last week. First time she was having a full-on conversation with herself in a car window. I just let it go. And then we got called the second time because she was screaming out her window for like an hour. She was just screaming bloody murder like this. So we went up, we went in the apartment, 9-year-old son's in there. Yeah. Oh. And we ended up pinking and Rule 6 in the kid.
Oh my God.
Oh, what is this? My power.
A 9-year-old son, they say.
I can make people listen to.
Look at her.
You can. Oh, yes. That's what we be doing. We are in
who the hell
too as well. Because God is in everybody. Oh, you idiots. Oh, shit. No, I didn't. Because you got me in this hot-ass motherfucking car. And you can't breathe in this. Oh, that's what you're trying to do. Oh, yeah. But if I can't breathe, neither can he. Yeah, because I'm just going to go to sleep. Exactly, bitch. Oh, she knows. Yeah, she knows. She just don't want to be in these cuts. It's only until you go to jail. Everybody still posted. Oh, it's everywhere. Is it? And what's going on? They about to, yes. And they're actually about to fly out here. Trump and everything. No, not him, because he hates us. Yes, he does. And he's happy about it. Yes, he is. But I didn't do anything. And they know that. They're so confused. Aren't they? Yes. Don't be scared. It is scary, I understand, but they're not, and I can't take you out to your sleep. Yeah.
I can't take you out to your sleep.
I was, that's why you couldn't, because I was up. Exactly. But I was up the whole time, but you kept turning me on. Yeah, but I just got to shut my eyes. Right, exactly. I don't have to go to sleep. No, you really know you're in the hospital. Yeah. I was in and out at the hospital, yeah. But the other day I was up and you were and I was faking sleep. You were. And you took me out. Yes, I did. I can't do it. Exactly. Stop not believing it.
Oh, God. I'm done. Mauricio 91, thank you for the super chat. Says our women are in a mental health crisis. Thank you, Mauricio. Dane C says, is that Jaguar? No, that ain't. That ain't Jaguar now. I know. I see where you coming from, Daisy. I can see why you asked that question. It wasn't shady. I could see maybe a little bit, but I could see that ain't Jaguar though, because Lord have mercy. Thank you, Daisy. I get the inspiration, but no, that's not Jaguar. Oh my God, I don't think that's Jaguar. No, that ain't Jaguar. Oh man, I'm scared to keep watching.
I really am.
Now, is she gonna go to the mental ward? Do people like this go? Is there a mental ward that you go to when you act like this? Where does she go?
They're gonna hit me. I do. Oh, they really are? Yes, because I didn't do any and they're not looking normal. They don't know who I am. And they're like, who is this innocent? And she has no rec. Oh, you good. Damn, you knew? Yes, I did. Oh, she's still scared. Yes, I am. Oh, yeah, we're going to Joey always go DoorDash that. Yes, we do. Damn. And they know that too? They don't know that part. You're going to tell them that? Yes, I am. I bring them food. And they can look up that you DoorDash because that's an actual job. It is, yes. That's why she was trying to file taxes. And it was not enough. Oh, so they told her don't do it. But actually, I think it was. That's why your taxes were so low. She knows. I did do that. You bitch. They are. So they want me to run? Yes. As soon as I got the car, he's going to try to get me. Yes, he is. Oh, that's how you get it. It may pick up and return. Okay. They're going to try to get, he's working on his gun. No, he's not. He's putting it away. Because he has to. Because as you bring out the gun and you shoot an innocent black girl that did nothing, you guys are, oh man, you're fucking up. We're trying to fix it. They're so confused. Oh man, why don't you just kill him? We can. I can.
I don't know what the dispatcher said, but you were advised to leave several times. You refused to leave the property.
I didn't leave because you guys are the ones that told me to wait. I called you.
It's all for court.
It's all for court?
Yep. We're not going to hold court right here.
I'm not trying to. I'm just letting you know what happened.
Yeah, I was there. It was all being experienced. So.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
The woman was arrested and charged with obstruction and criminal trespass. If she is convicted, what do you think the punishment should be? Drop your opinion in the comments.
So she gonna need some mental help or something. I don't know what her charges should be. I don't know, because she seems like she's mentally challenged. And when you're dealing with mentally disturbed people, well, what do you do? I don't know the process. I've never been to jail. So I don't know, and I'm not crazy like that. So I don't know where the crazy people go. I thought, isn't there a third floor where you put, or is it the third floor for the hospital, for the crazy people in the hospital? I'm just saying, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just saying, like, I heard somebody say general population. So they put insane people like that in general population with everybody else. Everybody else. So everybody else got to be subjected to that. Child, that's crazy. A psych evaluation must be made before being committed, right? So if a psych evaluation is done and they find out she's crazy, where does she go? Does she go to the crazy ward? Where does she go? Somebody say she needs a hospital. In DC, we had an entire psych center for women. Like, that's what I'm thinking. I thought they have psych centers or, psych wards or psych floor, like somewhere where all the people who talk to themselves go. Right? That's why I was asking. Because she's crazy as hell. I'm like, I would be scared, baby. Oh no, honey. L Castigator says, this is what is known as an EDP. They'll take her to the hospital and will be released probably the same day. The hospital stopped dealing with them. Not cost effective. Okay. EDP. What EDP stands for? Thank you, L Castigator. I appreciate you. Mental health, yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. But I wanted to play that one. Emotionally disturbed person. That's what an EDP means, Rainbow Kid. I come across these videos because it just shows you that a lot of women are disturbed, you know. Some of them look like they're disturbed, some of them don't look like they're disturbed, but a lot of them are disturbed. And that's why I say it's something that needs to be dealt with. And I heard them say she has a 9-year-old child. Lord, that child, I would be scared. You know, I would be worried about that child because she talks into herself, talking about deleting people and all kinds of stuff. I just don't know if you know, if that, I'm just saying, I wouldn't trust that child is in a safe environment because clearly something is not right. But like I said, some people's trauma or issues are hidden and some are not. We clearly see something ain't right with her, but some people know how to mask it. They'll look good like nothing's wrong until you know, they can't hide it anymore, until they gotta just, you know, show you who they really are. And that's a scary thing. This is why I say you really have to vet people. For real. You just can't go out here and be like, "Ooh, she's so cute and she's so this and that." And then she pull up and talking to she catch you in your sleep over you with a knife, talking in tongues, talking into other people, child. And then you know, you sitting there like, damn, I hope she don't, you know, do it. Like you know, she catch you in a you know, in a situation where you know, you stunned and shocked as hell. Like, come on now, because that's what it is. It's like, what girl, So yeah, you gotta be very, very careful of who you dealing with because people don't always show you who they really are. This is why I say be careful. She was really possessed or something. That sounds like some evil demonic force that's going on. And I'll tell you right now, I would be scared as hell. I'm just like, oh hell no. You start talking like that. All right, y'all. I post the link if you want to come up and give your 2 cents about any of the topics. Go ahead and do it now. If you don't, do it now or forever hold your peace, because I'm gonna leave the link for a minute. If you want to come up, give your thoughts. If you have something else besides the topics that you want to discuss, you can do it. Just make sure you have an avatar, a picture on your avatar, or you cam up. But go ahead and click the link. I'm trying to make sure I put put the link at the top. It's giving me a hard time. Is it there? I don't see it. Look like it's there. Hit the link if you want to give your thoughts on any of the topics that have been discussed, or if you have something else you want to talk about, you can do that as well. Hit the link. Make sure you have a picture on your avatar or you are ready to cam up. If you don't have a picture on your avatar, or if you don't cam up, I'm not letting you up. If you want to do it, come on now, because I'm not trying to be here late tonight. I'm tired as hell. I'm tired, y'all. I had a doctor's appointment. I am worn out. Oh, Lord have mercy. I just want to go take a shower and go to sleep. I put the link, I pinned it. I think it's pinned to the top. So go ahead, click the link. Oh, there we go. Okay. I see Trey. And Michael, you got to put a picture on you're not showing up for some reason. What's going on, Trey?
What's going on with you?
How you been? Why you sounding like that? Like you've been chilling lately.
I think I'm catching a cold. That sounds kind of crazy.
That's what it is.
I think I'm catching a cold. So I'm trying to, you try to fight it early before you actually catch it. But I think it's But no, I wanted to come up because I actually have some experience with dealing with people like that, people like her.
Really?
In DC. I used to be a police officer. So we called it in DC. We called it 313. That's what we called it. Called it 313. And I can't speak for other places. I can only speak for DC. But we had an actual center that we would take these people to, and then the doctor would come and evaluate them and say, yeah, they're gonna stay here because they're and the criteria was very simple. are they a threat to themselves, and are they a threat to others? And then I, as the officer, had to articulate that. I had to write it down on the paper. The reason why we called it 313 because that's the name of the form. The form was called a 313. So I had to fill out the form and actually write it out. Like this woman, she said this. She said she wanted to eat her kids. Like, I had to write all that stuff out. And then we would give it to the doctor. The doctor would come in, sit down with her and have a conversation. I'll be honest with you, a lot of the times, doctors didn't really get anywhere. Somebody said St. E's. Yeah, they closed St. E's. It's not St. E's anymore, but I know exactly what you're talking about. There's no more St. E's in DC, but they closed it. But it's just another. All they did was just literally pick it up and move it to another spot. And and when the doctor says, "Nah, this person needs to stay here," what I was going to say is a lot of the times they had to sedate these people, like because they couldn't get legitimate answers out of them. So they would ask simple questions like, "What's your name?" and they would say, "Oh, my name is Daffy Duck, and I'm a part of the Warner Brothers." Like they would say the wildest stuff. Some I'm just being honest with you. And then
were some of them on drugs though? Was it drugs?
Yeah, a lot of them are on drugs. A lot of them. We call them. I know they were talking about EDPs. We didn't call them EDPs in DC. We call them mental health consumers in DC. And a lot of them, I'll be honest with you, the mental health issues are the result of the drugs. A lot of the times.
Okay.
It's because they are on drugs, and it's like when I was on, it was a lot of. I don't know if you guys know what K2 is, but we had a lot of K2, which is like a synthetic form of a drug, and they used to fry these guys' brain. They used to fry their brains, DeeDee, and they would just, it would just turn them into zombies. And if it wasn't K2, then it was what the hell's the name? PCP. And then they had a whole thing with the PCP. Then they would put it in cigarettes, and these people would turn into incredible hulks. It was crazy. I remember one time I had a guy, I was driving down the street. He was on top of a car, butt naked, and I promise you, he was all of about 150 pounds. And that dude was strong as hell. He was about 150 pounds, and he was so strong. It was crazy. But he was on PCP. So I mean, the drugs are a lot of times the drugs is what pushes them into that sort of mental health issue. But yeah, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, but a lot of these people, they don't get charges. They need help. They need psychological help, and so they charges don't do anything because they're just gonna get out off the charges and be right back on the street. They actually need caseworkers. They need help.
Right. I don't know if I told you about the situation when I was a kid. The neighbor, the lady that lived there, and her boyfriend, they both was on drugs. We know that. But he started clicking out, or whatever they say, clicking out back in the day. He started clicking out, and he jumped out of the back window. Now, we was on a third floor, so he jumped out the window with all bloody. He was buck naked too. I don't know what they do. They get hot and take their clothes off. But anyway, he was naked.
The drugs make him hot.
And then the adrenaline or something. He jumped out the back window, high off of something. Probably was PCP. Who knows? I don't know what they was up. I know they was on drugs. Come back up the steps. Now our back door was here. Their door was here. He got it mixed up. He started. This man was because a few more bangs into the door, it was gonna bust our door in. We were kids. We had knives and hammers and everything waiting because this man was, like you said, he'd be strong. If he got in there, he didn't know what he was doing. He was probably gonna go crazy. So we had to be prepared. Like as children, we had to be prepared to try to fight this man. But the police got there quick enough to get him and calm him down. He was out of jail the next day. He didn't stay long. He was back out. The lady thought he had OD'd because I could hear her. I used to go to the walls were thin, so I went to the bathroom wall and would listen in. And she was like, I know his name, but I'm not gonna say it because they will know this story if they're watching. She was like, she was hitting him. I guess she was trying to get him back. She thought he had OD'd, I guess, but he didn't. And then it was bad. It was bad. But yeah, they run out, they get naked. He was all bloody. It was just kind of scary, but oh my God. That's probably why I don't. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, drugs are a bad idea. I'm one of the very few people probably on the planet that's never done a drug. So, and I have I've just seen the effects of it. Like it never turns out to be good at all. Like never turns out to be good. But yeah, and I feel bad for people like this. And I feel really bad for the kids because the kids are literally traumatized by this. They watch their parents sort of go, like shape into this like crazy character that they don't know who this person is. They've never seen this person before. And then the kids are like scared, especially like young boys who see their moms. They're terrified, you know, and you have to sit there and tell them like, you know, your mom's going to be okay. I remember one time I had it was a boy, one was 11 and one was 8. And I was trying to tell him like, oh, don't worry about it. You know, your mom's going to be okay. And the 11-year-old boy just looked at me. He was like, no, she's not. He was like, you ain't got a lot of us. No, she's not. She's not going to be okay. Like something's not right with her. And I was like, damn, you know what I mean? Like even at 11, he knew like my mom's not right. Something's not right. And I really feel bad for them kids, man. I really do.
Yeah. What's going on, Michael?
To you and Trey, have you ever heard the story of Jordan Neely? Jordan Neely. Have you ever heard the story of yet? Jordan Neely. You remember the young man that got killed in New York on the subway? Daniel Pitty put him in the chokehold.
Oh yeah, chokehold. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He snapped and said he was gonna kill somebody on the train. So
yeah.
Jordan, it wasn't that Daniel Penny was racist. It was just that he didn't know what else to do. He wasn't a well-trained Marine. So when Jordan snapped because his mother got killed by his stepfather a long time ago, he didn't know how to deal with it. He put him in a chokehold to the point where he died. And ever since then, Daniel Penny hasn't been able to put his life back together. But one of the things that we don't talk about in the Black community is mental health and how to deal with mental health. We're ashamed to talk about it. And we do need to talk about it because some of it is rooted in racism, some of it is rooted in a prejudice, and some of them is rooted in our struggle to survive in our struggle to survive in American society. But I wanted to go back to your original story, the first story you talked about, which is what Black women feared the most is finally happening. Black women have not to say that Black women is the main cause of this, because remember there was a young man on the Philip Scott show who said he had 7 kids and 7 baby mamas. He wasn't going to take care of now one of them. But Black women have got to stop letting men that are not willing to be fathers to their children, especially their sons, run up in them and get them pregnant. We say this all the time in the Manosphere, but nobody want to take us seriously. Now we see this society where we got men dressing in red dresses and walking around in red dresses and doing things and trying to invade the women's space. Now they want to call them the F word. I'm not going to say it on your platform. And now they want to get mad because these men are starting to turn out to be sassy or trying to turn out to be little sassy or sissies or something like that. But it's because you have not prioritized family and you have not prioritized the right value system, which is why this foolishness is starting to creep into our community. But I just wanted to add my 2 cents on those 2 stories. As to go back to the mental health problem, we don't deal with mental health enough in the Black community, and we as society, we as the Black community have got to stop being embarrassed about dealing with people who have mental health issues, because somebody can get hurt. The person who has mental health, like Jordan Neely, can get hurt. We got to deal with mental health in the Black community. That's what I have to say about it.
Gotcha. What is it, Darrell or Daryl?
It's Daryl.
Daryl, what's going on? How are you?
It's fine. How's it going? How's everybody?
Good. I'm good. What's your thoughts, on any of the topics tonight?
I'm sorry, but that last woman, she kind of hit home.
Really? She did?
Yeah. Well, I used to date someone that that had a pretend friend, and
I
was like, yeah, she used to.
Pretend friend? Where you met her
Yeah.
at?
See, when I saw the woman sitting in the backseat of the car talking to herself and answering herself, I was like, oh my God, she sound like somebody I used to date. Oh my God.
Dang.
And that woman that I used to date, she had children too. She had children.
Oh yeah.
But that was way back. But yeah, it was. We'd be together, and she'll start talking, and I'm like, "What'd you say? I didn't hear you." She said, "I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to her." I'm looking around her. I'm like, "Oh, okay." I realized she had a pretend friend, so I just went along with it to see.
Wow.
But I went along because that's how pretty she was. She was pretty. She was gorgeous. So I went along with it and everything. And it was just like when I saw what the girl was doing in the backseat of the police car, I'm like, oh man, this girl reminded me of her. And but the thing about it is, I noticed when the person like that gets cornered or gets restricted, that's when that negative part comes out. Whatever, that's when the outbursts come out. That's when they turn. Yeah, when the woman I was dating, when I said something like, "Oh, we can't do this," then all of a sudden, her friend, her pretend friend, and her was on me. I'm like, "Oh my gosh, this is not good. This is not good at all." And but like I said, if she wasn't so fine, I would have probably let it go a long time ago. But no, I stayed in because she was that.
That's how they gonna get y'all. They're gonna look so good and be the craziest ones ever. I told you, standing over you while you sleep with a knife over your head threatening you. Y'all gotta stop. Y'all gotta stop going after them because they look good. You know, they be crazy as hell. The most attractive ones be the craziest ones. How long y'all was together?
Oh, about 3 years.
3 years? Oh wow, you made it 3 years with her and her pretend friend.
Yeah. But I never spent the night at her place.
I
was afraid of her. I was afraid because one of her pretend friends said, "We don't want him here."
Oh my God. Hell no, baby. The first time I would have seen her talking to her friend, I would have, we gotta go. I would have, You can't know, because people are crazy. But a lot of times too, they don't. I don't know if they have control over that, or if they snap and do something, is it out of control? Are they triggered? Like, mental health is mental.
Like Tracy said earlier, they have some type of drugs they had to take. She was on medication.
Oh, okay.
She was on medication, but if she missed it or refused to take it,
she had an episode.
Then that's when the episodes start coming in.
Okay.
And thing about it, I was like, I knew when she didn't take it because she would get a little louder, she'd get a lot more aggressive, and her friend would show up a lot too. Her friend would come in and she'll start to her friend a lot more. I'm like, oh, okay, you have an episode. So, and her kids were fairly young. It was like 4 or 5 at the time.
Okay.
So
she had 2 kids.
Young. She had 2 kids, yeah.
Okay. Oh wow, that was back in the day. I wonder if she's still okay now.
I hadn't seen her in over about 20 years, so
wow,
it's been a minute. But the last time I heard about her, she was having a real bad episode. So they got a special separate facility where I'm from. The state I'm from, they have a separate mental facility away from the law enforcement, away from any detention centers and stuff for mental ill. But in her case, if she went, she had to go voluntarily. They couldn't force her. She had to voluntarily want to go.
Okay.
Or if it got really bad, let's say she was arrested, then somebody like her mother or her father would have to sign her up to go. But other than that, she had to volunteer herself. And she never went while she was with me. But I know afterwards, then that last time I heard she was committed.
You probably was like a little support system for her. Cause it seemed like too, a lot of times, sometimes I would think that if you're in a relationship with a person, maybe that keep them a little more sane or stable. And then as soon as they get by themselves, they get worse. I don't know. I'm just guessing.
Well,
why you ain't save her?
Who? Him.
Why
you ain't save her, Daryl? Yeah, why you ain't save her?
Oh no. You can't save crazy. You can't save crazy. Crazy crazy is his own entity. I'm like,
it is.
No. But she said something like
these women out here need help. They need to be saved. Okay. They need they need to be saved. Okay.
They say they want the bear, Trey.
And that's how you know they're crazy. That's exactly how you know they're crazy.
Exactly. Why would you want a goddamn what the bears weigh? 10,000 pound bear? Come on now. Yo, you tripping? Yeah,
it's not even that. Bears aren't even the type of predators that actually like lions and stuff will actually like bite and like cut off your hair and let you die. Like bears eat you alive. Like when they eat fish, they just rip the skin off and they just eat it.
They just eat
it. They just eat. They don't try to like incapacitate you or anything. Like they just eat.
Maybe the women don't know that. I don't need to know all that. I know they can eat me up and eat me alive, however, kill me and eat. Like, why would you, that's a whole nother story, child. Yeah, they are insane to think that you would choose. You're just going to go out in the woods with the bear. The bear's going to be so friendly to me. And we're going to have a conversation. Like, come on, that don't make no sense. It's like the delusional aspect. But this is why a lot of them are dealing with what they're dealing with now, because they really be thinking like that. I couldn't believe, I saw like maybe one or two women who say, oh no, a bear? No, not the bear, the man. Like two out of all of them. They all said the bear, and it was black and white women. Like, come on, y'all. Something ain't right.
The other part of that is, DeeDee, is they don't really understand how big bears are. Like, I think they think that these are like little cuddly little German shepherds. Like, no, when I was my first duty station was in Alaska, and I was sitting out front of the commissary, and on base, I was sitting out front of the commissary. I was on duty. And I just see all these people running out of the commissary. What the hell's going on in there? Right? Like these people they literally are just like, you just see uniforms and kids just running out of it. There were there was a mama bear and two cubs had went into the commissary.
Oh my God.
They went into the commissary. People don't realize how big they are. They don't realize how fast they are. They don't realize how agile they are. They just think they're just like fumbly little. Oh no, bears are a problem.
Yeah. I don't understand why they don't get it. Like, are they just saying that? I think they're just saying it for social media. I don't think they really believe they'll go. If they had to choose for real, I think they'll choose the man. I think they're just saying that to hype up social media. Because another thing I found out too, a lot of these women who be posting these crazy videos, like that girl we saw earlier who was screaming, a lot of times they be lying. On TikTok, they be making these videos up too. I saw a girl who was talking about she had 7 kids and 7 baby daddies. She only had 1 daughter for real. I went and looked her up. So a lot of times they be making it up too, though. But go ahead. What you was gonna say, Darrell?
The only thing I was gonna say is that just flipping out what you just said is that I think the women are more afraid when they choose the bear. When they're more afraid of SA than it is of being eaten alive. I think there's more afraid of SA than it is. They'd rather be eaten alive than they have to deal with the possibility of SA.
I think that's BS. They bullshitting. They just saying that. They bullshit. They not. They be so trusting the men. They go with all these men. They be hanging out with Pookie and Ray Ray. They don't be worried about him doing nothing to them. They just saying that, I think, to get to get social media talking.
It's too many baby mamas out here for that to be
right.
true.
Y'all ain't that scared of men. You around men all the time, and you're around the hood niggas. I'm just saying, you're not that scared.
Yeah, the worst of the worst.
Yeah. And acting like you're so scared of that, y'all. They be rocking right with them. You're not scared. You're not scared. And you see a big bear, then I bet you just stand that in. If you see a bear coming, just sit there and just don't move. I bet you'll be running down the street. Classic perspective. You gotta. There we go.
Look.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, look how they act when a pit bull gets loose in the hood.
Running.
You think you can handle a bear? You can handle a bear? Y'all go crazy when a dog get loose in the hood.
Hard down running for your life, scared as hell. So you ain't scared of a bear? Like, that was stupid to me.
But I'm gonna say this real quick before you let Classy go, because I didn't get to speak on the first topic you had. Okay. A lot of this is programming. A lot of these women have been literally programmed. I remember I was saying to somebody else the other day, so why you don't want to date? And I was saying, look, I don't have enough time to reprogram this one. She's been programmed, and it started from when they were young girls. They've been programmed to men are bad, men are horrible, men are this, men are that. It's in the music, it's in the movies, it's on TV, it's literally everywhere they go. It's in their social media. So I just found it funny. So now what you're seeing is you're starting to see like the chickens are coming home to roost. Like you want to raise these boys by yourself, well, this is what you got. Now you raise them. This is what you're getting in return, because they can't get masculinity from women who are trying and attempting to be masculine. You're not actually masculine. You're just trying to do it, and it doesn't really work out that way. I remember when I was coming home, I came home one time, I was stationed in Turkey, and my son was standing there, and he put his hand on us, said, he's standing like his mama. I said, oh, no, I got to come home. I got to come home right now. I got to get home because this boy he's starting to pick up her mannerisms because he's around her so much. And I was stationed, in Turkey, so I couldn't be there. And I remember, like, when they was asking me why you get in the military, I said, my son needs me more than the Air Force needs me. All right, that's exactly what I told the colonel. My son needs me more than the Air Force needs me, because he was standing there, put his hand on his hip, little stuff like that. And then realize that it starts off very small, right? If I were to drop a bead of water on you at first, it doesn't really bother you. But if I let that same bead of water drop on you for 10, 12, 15, 16 hours, it's going to feel like a beach. Like it's going to be painful in that same spot. It's a torture method. It's almost sort of the same thing. If you allow the young boys to stay around the women long enough, eventually they're going to pick up. They're going to pick these things up. It's just inevitable. It's the way it is. The mannerisms, the way they speak, the way they talk. But more importantly, the lack of emotional accountability, how they react. All them scenes that I went on with DVs and the boys and the men, they were having these emotional responses to what the women were doing to them. It's simply because they were never taught to be stoic. They were never taught how to handle their emotions by a man when they were younger. So they're just responding to the women the same way that they were taught, or the way they saw it from their moms growing up.
Exactly. Let me read this. Izel, I think I'm saying that right. Thank you for the super chat. Says, I totally get how several hundred years ago people would have seen this as being possessed by the devil. Thank you, Izel. Kenny, I think he's talking about that lady in the car. Mauricio 91 says, trans community, I'll stop. Thank you for the super chat. Zookeeper says, what's sad is they were born healthy and sane, did hard drugs, became mentally unstable, then ultimately go crazy. Right. Thank you, Zookeeper, once again. And L, I guess I'm a castigator. I hope I'm saying it right. What's her pretend friend good in bed? I guess he asking you that, Daryl. He said, was the pretend friend good in bed? Child.
I never got to meet a pretend friend. I never got to meet him in person. It was always through her mind. But she was fine. Like I said, I stayed for 3 years for a reason. So
you dealt with all that crazy because she was fine. Mm-hmm.
Yes, I did. Guilty.
You're not the only one. A lot of the dudes, admit to that. At least y'all could be honest about it. Hell, women will try to find a way to make excuses. Oh, well, that's not why I did it. No, at least y'all could be honest and say it. Because women would try to skate around it and find somebody else to blame. And that's the part that's crazy to me. Classic Perspective, what's your thoughts? How you doing?
I'm doing fine. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yep. Okay. No, I was just listening to the story. I mean, I can give you many examples, plenty of times where I came across crazy women like that woman that just got arrested. I mean, I've been punched in the chest by inmates. I didn't deal with most of those, especially being around the emergency room. A lot of those people, for the most part, sometimes they'll act mentally crazy because they want to get some drugs from the hospital.
Oh.
Like I remember this one lady a long time ago, and I remember so when she was sitting down, we had her chained to the gurney, and she saw me. She was like, "Oh, you're cute." Her voice was all deep. She was like, "Let me know when you got to go to the bathroom. You can use my tongue as a bidet." And it was just all type of crazy stuff, and
and they nasty.
But a lot of times we usually do have a mental ward, but they usually don't stay there that long.
Mm-hmm.
But most of those people are usually on a lot of drugs for the most part.
Right. See, Urban, what's your thoughts? How you doing?
I'm good. How's everybody doing?
Good.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot I could probably say on the first topic as far as like the whole like trans thing. It's funny, my cousin, she was talking to me today about this as well. It's funny that you kind of put this topic up, but she was talking about this, and she was talking about she really thinks it's a mental thing, you know, it's a lot of programming, you know, with these men. And yeah, like you said, like a lot of the single mothers are creating these environments of the men that they don't want, you know. So it's quite interesting that you said that. Yeah, my cousin kind of like she touched on that as well, and she said to me like, does DeeDee talk about this? I'm like, yeah, like in the live streams type of thing she touches on it because she watches like the clips and stuff.
Oh,
you
okay.
know, so she's actually been subscribed. I didn't even know that actually.
Oh, okay.
It was only like the other day we just started talking, and she's like, I'm already subscribed to her. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah. She was actually talking to me about the whole idea of like feminists, you know, and how a lot of these women are programmed. And she kind of made an example from, you might not know the movie, but it's called They Live. It's like a sci-fi movie from the 80s, and like you put the shades on. When you wear these shades, like you see like what the images really say, you know. And she was kind of like correlating that to how feminists are kind of like, you can give them the image, but they don't want to view it, you know. They don't want to put the shades on and see what the real image is, you know. And she was saying, you know, like you can only help very few as far as like women who have that mindset, you know. Because she was kind of talking about your podcast and stuff, and she was mentioning, I was like, yeah, you know, like I said to her, like, yeah, I'm sure DeeDee and the people who join are fully aware of that. You can't really help all, you know, because they're just not going to hear it, you know, because the programming is, it's just it's too much basically.
Yeah, and it's, you know, it will take a lot, you know, it took time for them to get to the thought process that they have. So it'll take a lot of time for them to actually change that mentality, or you know what I'm saying, or think differently. This is why I used to say it all the time. You don't just change overnight. You know, it takes time. The start of it though, with anything, you have to first be accountable, and you first have to accept that you have issues or whatever the case may be. I always use the example of the alcoholic. You go to Alcoholics Anonymous, AA, AA. And you first have to you have to say, hey, I'm such and such and I'm an alcoholic. That's your acknowledgement. You got to acknowledge that you, course, a lot of people they're usually in denial. They don't want to accept it. They're like, oh, I just have a few drinks for breakfast. But they really are alcoholics. So you have to acknowledge it first, and then you can start working on it. So that's what I think that goes for anything. You know, you have to have some type of accountability. Not so much where people could just say, oh, you just wrong. See, I told you wrong. It's not really to me about right or wrong. It's about just accepting the nature of yourself, seeing yourself, acknowledging your part, what you play and stuff, so you can make some changes. Not only for, it's not just for a man, but for you, if you have kids, for the family around you, you know, just to be a better person. I think and that's why I say people who can't do that, they don't think that they have to change, and they don't want to. They don't think that, they don't see anything wrong with them. I know people like that in real life to this day. They won't apologize for anything, have never apologized for anything. And they were
I
clear.
think we all know people like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Close to they gonna go to the grave, just not, you know, thinking that they're wrong. They don't see it. They just think they did everything right. And there are clear examples of situations where you have hurt people and you still won't ever acknowledge that or apologize. And
you have to look at those people like C7 detonators or bombs, because you know they're not aware of what their actions and how they can affect anyone around them.
Right. And that's dangerous, because I'm like, nobody wants to deal with you. Nobody wants to deal with you. You find yourself isolated. I realize those people that are usually by themselves, because nobody wants to deal with that type of mentality, because it becomes exhausting to be around somebody who, you know, did you dirty, and they act like they did nothing, and then they be saying stuff that, you know, where you could, you know, contradicting themselves and lying. And it's like, wait a minute, you talking about somebody else, but you did this and XYZ. You know, it's like that. I can't. You know, it's hard to be around people like that. And
I mean, DeeDee, sometimes they do apologize, but it's just an apology. You know, that's just where it stops. It's just I'm sorry. You know, that's just it. You know,
I
there's
know
no,
what he's talking about.
you know what I mean? There's no action behind it.
There's no feeling in that behind it.
Right. Some people don't apologize, but there's people who like apologize, say, "Oh, sorry,
but is that a
sorry." You
genuine
know,
apology, or are they just saying it just to shut you up?
to shut you up.
Shut you up.
It's just like if I say, "Oh, DeeDee, I'm sorry," like let's stop talking about it. That's me, like you know, not
That's
addressing it.
not genuine. Yeah, you just saying it, and that's dismissive. That's not a
Yeah.
true apology. People that are really sorry about something, they're more empathetic. Those, you know, they're going, and it's gonna be an action behind it. They're not just saying it. Yeah, you're right. I can't deal with them either because that seems fake to me.
I don't know if that's a double standard, fellas. I don't know if I know you guys have had relationships too, but I've noticed I can recall some moments where I was in the wrong, and she wanted more than just a sorry. She wanted to stick on it and stay on it, and I addressed it and I apologized and everything. But it's funny when it was her. It's like I said I'm sorry. Let's like can we move on? So it's like that accountability part, like the after part of taking responsibility. A real apology. I think most people don't really know what a real apology looks like.
Well, see, the problem with that, Irvin, is that you can apologize, but they always use that stupid, what's that stupid saying? Oh, I can forgive, but I won't forget. And it's kind of like, well, you really didn't accept my apology and you haven't forgotten about it because you're still harboring it inside your soul. It's like you're not going to forget about it. So what's the use of me continuing to apologize to you?
Yep. Yep.
No, when you apologize,
go ahead.
I'm sorry, but when you apologize, I get the how you gonna make it up to me.
I get
okay.
that.
That's what I get. I can apologize, but okay, now you need for you to make it up to me. Okay, here we go.
So she understands what an apology looks like.
I've gotten a girl, she was like, she said the same thing that you said. She was like, well, why don't you buy me a Gucci purse? I was like, well, we can go down to the Compton swap meet and I can buy you a Gucci purse.
He always with that. He always with that. Go to the swap. I don't blame you. But when I wait a minute, let me think about this. So if a woman, and sometimes women, their apology is not really an apology, and they want to use, certain things as the apology. They don't say, I'm sorry, I messed up. There's no explanation, nothing like that. They just want to use, loving to say, I apologize. They don't say anything, they just do that. I don't think that's good either. But I mean, men won't complain, but
I don't either.
But I mean, fellas, when you get that like once and twice and 3 times and 4 times, you don't feel like it doesn't feel authentic. It doesn't really feel like something genuine, like the person really feels it.
You know what's real? You know what's real about that? I mean, just jump in.
Go ahead.
What's real about that, man? Like if a woman, like, all right, for instance, if my sister do something against me, or let's say my cousin, whatever, they do something against me, they never apologize. Like, they be like, hey, I'm sorry. Hey, you'll be all right though. What was crazy about it in a relationship, what I noticed is that a woman that really believes in you and really understands your vision and really cares about the outcome of what you told them that you wanted, like if they make you feel bad, or if they do something against, like, something that ruins their trust with you, they tend to apologize in a way that's way more genuine and way more like, I'm really sorry about what I did. And this is from a sense of a woman who appreciates your vision, what you are about. And see, that's what men gotta kind of, and amen, I'm for the men, but see, that's what we gotta kind of level up. Like, you can't expect no woman to apologize to you in a romantic or in a intimate way, like, if she doesn't believe in you. Because if she doesn't, she gonna apologize to you like her cousin or her brother or somebody that, you know what, you'll be okay. You ain't got nothing going anyway. Now, a lot of dudes don't think that they woman feeling like that, but like subconsciously, that's what she telling you. Like, what I messed up on and you don't like, I don't care enough to make you feel better about it.
Okay, I'm glad you said it like that, because I was about to ask, how is that? I think you just answered it though, because I was like, say, how is an apology tied to who you are as a person? I think you just, because, well, I would like to think that if you do somebody something that's just clearly wrong, you would automatically just want to apologize just by being a good person. I would say it has nothing to do with other aspects, but I think you just said it, because I'm like, hey, it's just like if you bump into a stranger on the street, you bump into him. I made a mistake and hit a man in his head at the concert, not automatically like, oh, I'm so sorry. He was like, oh, that's okay. And it was because I was real genuine. I didn't want to hit that man. I'm moving, and I hit him. He had a bald head too, and I slapped him hard, and I was like, oh, I'm so sorry.
But think about this, like this too, DeeDee. Like, that means like that person got up and said, I want to have a good day, and I want to make sure the people around me have a good day too. So they set on that journey getting up every morning. So if you do so happen, you run into that person and they bump into you and mess up your day, their apology towards you is not going to be based off who you are to them. It's going to be based off how they got up and approached that day. And they're going to generally want to make sure that you okay, because they care about that. What's sad is a lot of people don't get up and do that. They don't. So what you get is what you see is what you get with most people. If they don't care about their day running smooth and peace, joy, blissfulness, happiness,
care about yours.
When they run into you, you're not gonna get that. And that's why I say it starts self-reflection.
Yeah.
That's my message always with this. I told you, DeeDee, I was on your panel one time. I do this for my baby boy. I do this for my son. I don't say things to get raged, whatever all this stuff is on the internet, man. I really say what I see, and that's really genuine. It starts with you getting out of bed. How do you start off your day? And I promise you, the woman that you picking, you're gonna want to check out how she spent her morning, because a lot of how she get her morning together, it's gonna tell you a lot about how she go out in that day. I'm telling you. And my grandmama told me that. Ain't that something, right?
Yeah, and it's a choice too. It's a choice. That's why I say happiness is a choice. It starts with you.
I hope I didn't drag it out. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you good. I'm just saying, I believe happiness is a choice. You have to make the conscious effort to make yourself happy. Because when you depend on somebody else to make you happy, it doesn't really work. This is where you find individuals going out of their way to try to please a person, and it never really works because they're not happy within themselves.
I'm gonna say something controversial though. But that's why with makeup and wigs and all this stuff, this extra stuff that people be doing, it's a clear sign they're not happy with who they are.
Well, and then there's some insecurities there for sure. There's some insecurities there, and because that's why I say too. And I always say I wear makeup, I wear wigs, I wear a bit of it all, and
not like that, DeeDee. You don't do it like that.
I don't wear it, but that's what I'm saying. Like when I come on social media, to be honest, I'll wear it, but when I'm not on here, I don't. Like I'm just as plain. But I think a lot of it is insecurities. This is why you find women who, when they don't have that stuff, they feel ugly as hell. They don't feel cute at all until they put all that stuff on, and then they feel confident. And it's a false sense of confidence. It's not a real confidence. I know women like that. They cannot go outside without makeup. They can't go outside with that wig on.
Me too.
They can't go outside without that stuff because they don't feel pretty. And so
I have a question.
I would go as far as even the latest trends as well, DeeDee. If they don't have the latest trend, if they don't have what their girlfriend has, then they're not happy. And sometimes they may project that unhappiness on their partner.
You know what? The idea.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. No, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I was wondering, like,
hold on, y'all. Be right back. Go ahead.
Who came up with this idea with those bat wing eyelashes? I never understood that. Like, does that really make a woman look pretty? Because I think it looks crazy. It looked like they snatched it off a poodle or something.
And
I mean, if it's like a costume party or something, then okay. But
well,
like
no,
on a day to day, it's like it's a bit much.
This is the alarming part for
Same
me,
with the
man.
long nails.
This is the alarming part for me, just because I know I'm an '84 baby, man. I just grew up before all that stuff, and I know it's older people. Amen. I'm not trying to say my age equals wisdom. I'm not doing it. What I'm saying is like when the accessories became a part of the women, and I don't mean to do it, but the women's like natural, they took the accessories like and made it a part of their natural beauty. It became an attachment to who they are naturally. Like that's when it became a problem to me, because I remember even with my little cousin, she couldn't be seen without makeup or a wig, and I'm like, okay, well, take off the wig. Well, I don't like my natural hair. That's when it became like alarming to me. Like that's not your real hair, but you're more attached to the hair that's not real than the hair that you got on your head. Why is that? And when I start seeing that just over and over and over again, and then like on TV, that became the norm, where now you got women who, if I don't have this on, I'm not me. I don't feel good about me. I'm not happy with. When I start seeing that, I was thankful I didn't have daughters, because I'm like, the climate of this society, especially with our women, it's like the more that they can substitute on natural beauty, as far as the more that they can substitute, the better they feel. And that my man, that is a problem. I'm sorry. That's what made it like an urgent problem for me to start speaking, because my son has to choose. And if this has become the norm, I don't want to tell my son, hey, you might want to look somewhere else where you can get real hair, where when you lay on the bed, you smelling the hair, you smelling scalp, beautiness, authenticness. What man wouldn't want this stuff? Like, and this is what's sad, is that I look around and I see a lot of our women with fake hair, fake boobs, fake breath, fake bodies. They don't want to self-reflect. They look at the society. They always got kids. Like, come on, man. Like, you can't tell me as a father to tell my son to choose y'all when you want me to say this is what he get. No way, man. And that's why it makes me mad about this whole little ideology with women. No, 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 and no. You can do what you want, but why are you teaching your babies that? Because they still, the boys are clearly saying, I talked to 10 boys at my boys' school, they all black. None of them wanted sisters. None of them.
Wow.
So, hey man, I just, if nobody find that alarming, I'm gonna just keep kicking what I kick, you know what I mean? But the thing is, we all see it, and I don't want to put it all on men. Got to step up their vision. But come on, ladies.
Miss, I have a question for you on that.
Go ahead.
But if the men are saying we want the natural look, we want it to look natural, we want the woman to look more natural, and the women, why do they still wear the wigs and the lashes and the BBLs and the chest reduction, all that? Why they still do that when we want natural? What clearly ain't natural.
Because they don't care. They don't care what y'all want. They want you just to accept what they want. They don't care. They don't care. A lot of women, they never really cared about what a man had to say. It's unfortunate, but it's the truth. Y'all, whatever you say, even though, and this is why I think when they talk about a leader, it's BS. Like, you don't want a leader for real, because a leader is gonna have something to say, and you gonna have to follow. They don't want to follow anything. They don't think what a man has to say is relevant. They are in control in their minds, and whatever they say goes. They don't, because if they really were listening to what y'all, and they've heard it, so they know. It's not like they don't know now. They know, but they don't care. They're like, I'm gonna do what I want to do, and either he take it or leave it. You accept it or you don't. That's just it.
He's not always going to accept what you want to hear.
Right.
Yeah, he's not always going to accept it.
So that's why we're seen as jihad.
Huh?
That's why we are seen as jihad. I don't want to say the real word because we don't accept it.
But this is when masculinity stands up, because that's just noise. Because the thing is, men are supposed to look at the objective at hand and look I mean, I really don't, because if they really was right, the situation wouldn't. I wouldn't be here. If everything was going right, I wouldn't be here criticizing the way things are. So as men, you got to get away from that sassiness. Look, women don't like order, and I'm not trying to be against it. They just don't. They just don't. And the thing is, and I mean, order is in the sense of men have provision. We preserve. We are there to say no. That's not women's role. It's just not. And the thing is that if men are in a position where we care so much about what women say that we can't do what we're supposed to do, that's a problem. And the thing is that if women can't figure this out inside the sisterhood, that's a problem, because y'all put each other there. And what I always tell the men, and I tell my son, don't get yourself in female business. They will sort it out. Don't do that. Your job is to be a strong rock and just do what you do. But you got to get your life together, and then when they ready, you will be ready. But men can't. I gotta stop worrying about why do you care about what women think about you? To say what you got to say and what you see that needs to be improved. But that's what happens. You got a lot of women running these households, and they got men watching them run the household. So when it's their time to be a leader in the house, they don't know how. So for that woman to tell them what to do,
Scott Jones, your microphone.
Yeah, you're cutting in and out a little bit.
I need to go. That's God telling me to go. But I'm just saying, man, hold the line, and hey, man, stop worrying about what these man. Be a man. Stop worrying about what these women. Man, just do what you gotta treat them right. Do the damn job, man. Do your
You're right.
All right, man. Y'all be good. I love y'all. Man. I'll be good.
We got half of that, but you was right.
Yeah.
I'm glad. Y'all be good.
Take care. Be safe.
I know personally myself, I think women see me in two categories. And this one, let's say I'm dating a single mom. The two categories they see me as they will pay for the babysitter, or I have to pay for the babysitter. That's the two different categories. It's like, and what I mean by that is they will the one that will pay for the babysitter. That's how they badly want to be with me for the date.
Thanks.
The one that says that I have to pay for the babysitter, they don't give a rip about me. They just want to go on a date. And if you want to be with me, you have to pay for that time for somebody to come in and take care of my child or children. And that's the way I got to see it. I mean, my mother was hipping me to the game. She was like, listen, son, I'm gonna tell you right now. When a woman, and she told me this when I was really young, of course, I kind of first didn't believe her, but she says, if you're ever out with a woman and she asks you for money, run. I don't care how good she looks, run. Because it's over. She doesn't respect you in that level if she asking you for money. If she's got the nerve to ask you for money on the rip, get out of there. And at first I didn't get it, but now I got it. It's like this here. If the woman, I see for myself this personally, if a woman wants to be with you and wants to spend time with you, she's going to make it as easy for you as possible for that to happen. If a woman just want to get out and you just happen to be your numbers up, or that's you next in line, then you're paying. And she has no problem asking you. When Ms. DeeDee was talking about the respect part. It's like if a woman doesn't have respect for you, or she doesn't see you as a lead, that's pretty much it. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
I think somebody in the background was talking.
Yeah, somebody was talking. I don't know. Whatever. I got that. They are out now. But go ahead, finish what you were saying.
I'm saying like that will come in the respect part, and it's just like a woman will let you know what level. Because Ms. D, you said it earlier, was talking about respect, or a man taking the lead. If the woman doesn't see you as a leader from jump, it's a wrap. You got to catch it. It's a wrap. Because if she got the nerve to ask you for something, and not trying to get to know you or try to understand you, if she's not questioning anything about you, but she wants to know what you have and she wants it, it's over. It is absolutely
it ain't never started. It never it ain't even started. It's like, yeah, you know, I say that all the time too. You know, women who and I don't even know if they look at you as a leader. They just don't like you in most cases. A lot of these women just don't like you. I say this. I say the things I say about my relationship with my husband because I think it could help women who are possibly watching that. I don't think I've ever asked my husband for anything when we were dating. I don't think I've ever asked him for. If anything, he ended up offering me stuff. I never asked him for anything because I didn't see it as a necessity, or I didn't feel comfortable with. You know what I'm saying? Just when we were first dating, which we didn't. You know, we dated, but I'm saying I didn't ask him for no. I personally didn't see that as something you should do. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you go and ask y'all? We are two grown people. Why would you go and ask this man for money and all this or whatever? I thought it was just, you know, in poor taste to do that. But like I said, I didn't have to because eventually he started offering certain things, you know, and it was a nice gesture. I didn't say no at that point. I knew, you know, that I liked him. He liked me. So but initially, no. But that's why I'm saying when you meet a woman on a date one, she's asking you to pay her rent. That is insane to me. Like what? Or asking for even paying for the babysitter. I don't think you should be paying for nobody. You should be paying for her babysitter at all.
Right.
I don't even think you should do that. Period. So I don't think, you know, that's out of line. That's just like, oh, you just out here looking to try to finesse somebody. That's how I see it. Because I just think that's insane. That tells you a lot about that person.
I had to learn that the long way myself. I was attracted to someone, and she said, if you want to date me, you have to pay a bill. So I went on my phone. I said, oh, I forgot to pay my Capital One card. So I paid my bill. I said, so can we go out now?
Wait. So what you do? Wait.
Well, she told me in order to date her, I would have to pay a bill. So I did pay a bill. I paid my bill, and then I asked her, can we still go out?
Oh, that's some game right there. Did y'all go out? Y'all went out or no?
No, she called me SOB and walked away.
Damn.
Oh, got you.
Your own. That's slick right there.
Boy.
But I was okay with it. I mean, life moves forward, so it's whatever. Keep your eye on the prize.
That's crazy though.
Yeah.
Don't feel bad. I pay for. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I paid for a babysitter. I did do it one time. We did go on the date, and what happened was and when she got home, I called her to make sure she got home safely. And when she was talking to me, I heard a man in the background. I'm like,
see, child.
She got you. She got you.
It's probably a child's father, I bet.
Boy.
Right, probably the child's father. And she probably didn't even need a babysitter money. She probably
she didn't.
She put that in her pocket.
And this is what I tell DeeDee. This is what I tell, and I'm not saying every woman does this, and I'm not saying every man does this. For the most part, when I hear a woman that is a single mother talks trash about her baby daddy, she can tell you how bad he is to just the scum of the earth. I guarantee you that if he comes over to her house and say, excuse me, DeeDee, I want a BJ, I have sex, she's going to give it up right away.
Oh, yeah.
Why? And I say this because she's already created a biological bond with her, meaning that there's still some comfort and trust there because she gave up her pink umbrella to his hot dog. So, you know, it's already been established. So he's going to always be able to get it whenever he wants to, even if she calls him an SOB. And while we being a gentleman, singing songs like Mrs. Jones, and then we hear on the phone, hey, baby, how you doing? You hear a bed squeak in the background. Now you know where we stand.
They conniving, low down conniving, some of them. And that's why they don't like to hear us pick-me's, as they would call us, talking about it. Because, like, you're not a part of the sisterhood. I'm surely not. If that's what the sisterhood is about.
Help me out with this. I never
I gotta say something
what
that
a pick-me is because I thought a pick-me is a woman that wants to be with a man. How does another woman judge a woman that wants to be with a man? It's like you have to be in a lesbianic relationship to not be a pick-me.
It's stupid. I don't pay
I
attention.
don't get those women who call a guy a misogynist, but then they talk down on the women who are pygmies. And aren't you a misogynist then?
They don't know what that means, Irvin.
That's what blows my mind.
They don't be knowing.
You know,
I saw this
that
lady
blows me
on a
away.
podcast, and she called the man. She called that man misogynistic, and he said, "Then I guess you are a misandrist." And she was like, "I don't know." She didn't know. He had to give her the definition. She really and this is not new. A lot of women say things that they are not fully aware of what they're saying. They're just saying it because it sounds good, and the sisterhood, Bonnie Crew community is saying it. So I guess we all should be saying it, and they have no idea what they're saying. Instead of saying, what does that mean? Ask what they're supposed to be so much better than men, but they're really not. I mean, they're the most educated and all that, and we know that's a lie. That's a lie.
Like if you hate men, cool. Like, sorry, if you say that men, if you're saying this man hates women, but then you get in your girls group and your girl says something that you don't like, and now you're hating on her. Like, what do you call that? It's kind of hypocritical. They can throw out the word, but then a lot of those women have someone who they hate, who they're hating on, who they don't like, who they despise.
All the time.
Yep. And sometimes that woman they hate don't even know them.
It's a bunch of BS. That's why I keep saying that, because it is. It's like it's just a talking point, but what they actually do, it is a contradiction to what they say.
Yeah.
They are not, it's a bunch of BS, and they know it. Like, come on.
It's like, for example, like Kendra G's show, everybody in her got 3 and 4 baby daddies with 8 kids, but they all became God-fearing all of a sudden.
All of a sudden, like just out the blue, you fear God. When did you start fearing God? You just had a baby 2 months ago.
And you ask them the next question, how much your man make? Oh, he just got out of jail, but the next man got to make $100K. Yep.
Right. Well, it's always if you got 3 baby daddies, one of them dead, and I'm not trying to be funny. One always is dead, one always in jail, or 2 in jail, and one is, you don't know where he at. Oh, he's somewhere. He don't do nothing for none of them. Don't do nothing for the kids because one of them can't. 2 of them can't. One is not here. One is in jail. And the other one, you just you don't know. You can't find them. So you had babies with men that are criminals and drug dealers and just off the beaten path. You don't know where they at, just drifted away, and you got these children. Now you want another man to come in and take care of all 3 of your kids and do the most. You're not even asking to, like, I could kind of see if it's 1 kid and you're saying, I want to go in and help. I work, he work, we're gonna put our resources together. I know I have a child, but I'm willing to work harder, and maybe that woman might get a chance. But no, you want a man to come in and pay all of your bills and give you a lifestyle because you like to travel. How much traveling are you really doing with 3 kids with no support from the fathers, and it's just you? Like, you're not really doing all that for real, and you want a man to come in and just rescue you and your kids.
Well, okay,
DeeDee, unrealistic.
We gotta put some specifications on the type of traveling. Like, are you going to the next town in your own state?
Probably.
That's not Instagram appealing, classy.
Well, but you got to think about it. You have all these situations in your life. I mean, they don't ever really specify the type of traveling. Like, you got 3 kids. You're not going to Florida. Or you're not going to Australia. You're going from one town to the next. Yeah.
Go to Florida, Georgia. I mean, it's like you're not going out the country all week after week. You're not doing that.
Yeah, it's like saying, where I'm from Atlanta. Where's the last place you traveled to? Athens, Georgia.
Exactly, right. That's how it is. But they're not gonna. This is why they don't like to really talk too much about it, because once you start getting it, probing and going deeper, then the lies start to come out. You could tell. Then they go to get a little antsy because they're like, well, you out of my business, right? Because you only want to give those surface level answers. You don't really want to go deep because that's going to expose you. this is women been doing this kind of stuff. This is not new. I'm
Miss
old.
DeeDee, you forgot one more standard that the women come up with.
What's that?
They celebrate until marriage.
That is so true. It should have been, instead of celibate, they should have said sold a lot.
It's crazy though. But guess what? But to be fair, it's not just the black women, y'all. It's other races of women too.
Say
White
it, D.
women, they just as bad.
Oh no, it ain't just white women. Let me just go down the line. It's Indian women. It's all of them.
Right.
The only thing is the reason why it's just more highlighted on YouTube of black women.
Yeah.
You think Asian women in America is not thinking that way? And Indian American, I'm talking about the red dots, not the feathers.
Oh, okay.
Crazy. They're all thinking this way in America.
Yep.
And it's spreading across other countries too.
Yeah.
A couple years, I was on a date with a woman. She was single mom, 3, just got a relationship.
You
3 years.
really love dating them single moms.
I track who I am.
Okay. Hey, I can't knock that. I mean,
dating a single mom, 3 kids, just got a 3-year relationship when she lived with someone. She looked at me, she dated me. She said, "Oh, I think we like to spend. I want to get to know you, spend some more time together. But I'm gonna let you know, I'm looking to. I'm gonna be celibate until marriage." And I looked at her. I said, "No. I want the same deal that last guy had that you was living with. I want that deal."
There you go.
She said, "I can't do that." I said, "Then you crazy."
That's crazy how you can close shop and it's been opening for 20 years.
Right.
You got 3 kids and you just got through living with someone, but now all of a sudden you want to be celibate. I get it. You want to be celibate, fine, but you want the next guy to accept that. I'm like, no.
But they be lying. They don't be celibate. They're just telling you that because maybe they don't want to do it with you at the moment.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah. Because she'll leave you and go bust it open for somebody else that same night.
Yep, that parachute will be open for the next paratrooper.
Just saying, yeah, women. I mean, this is why I say, listen, it's not. Of course, it's not all women, but it's a lot of them, and they think like this. I've seen examples in real life of women. This is what, and I talked about it on this channel, and I was shocked. Like I know people. We are all flawed in some way. Nobody's walking around here perfect, but I'm just saying, you got to have some type of morals and values about yourself. You got to have some type of, something about you. You just can't be out here just doing whatever and not have no shame in your game. No, nothing about you. Just everything is just, just ratchet and just ghetto and just horrible. Because the stuff that I've seen as a younger woman I don't know. I think it really helped and the fact that I was married younger helped as well, because I was, as y'all would say, off the market early. So I didn't really even have that much of a chance to get out there if I wanted to, in a way like these women, sort of like what Tia Mowry regrets, that she was with Corey and she didn't have time to be a hoe. That's basically what she's saying. So, and she regret that. But I'm just like, girl, you save yourself from a lot of craziness. So kind of similar. I'm like, no, I was married young. So it's like, I didn't really have a chance to really get out there as much. And it's like, but the stuff that I see and hear from women, women cheating on a man that says a good man, and then you a single baby mama and he was with you, but you cheating on him. Then he finds out, leaves you, go marry somebody else, and you mad. You talking about you gonna go crash his wedding because he left you alone, but you was cheating on him. You don't see that what you did, but you want to go crash his wedding. Like, why? You should just fall back and be like, nah, I'm not gonna do that because I know I did him dirty. I know I was wrong. That's why he left you. It's like you don't see what you did, but and then you talking to all the other chicks and all y'all sitting here saying, girl, yeah, do it. Did y'all not hear what she did? And then when he realized that you mad at him because he realized what you was doing to him. Like, that's the type of mentality that is just horrible. And that's look where we are now. It's just crazy. And a lot of men now are not dealing with women like that. When they see the red flags, they're like, nah. I'm gonna put, like I was saying before, I'm gonna put her in this category. I'm gonna see what I could get out of her.
You know what the nicest thing that I did for a woman that cheated on me, DeeDee? It was the nicest thing I could ever do for a woman that cheated on me. And I'll never do it again.
What's that?
I drove her over to his house and said, you can have her.
Wow. And what happened?
She was like, oh, no, I still want to be with you. I was like, no, I don't want to be with you. I work in the hospital. I see all type of nasty stuff from now. You know, you don't like the octopus tentacle thing. I know that hurt your stomach last time. But I was like, I don't need that in my life. I don't care how big your caboose is.
So
I drove right on my, he's like, man, what's up, man? You want to fight? I said, no, brother, you won. I want to congratulate you.
I bet they didn't stay together.
Oh, I know they didn't. You know, he stroked her down, and I'm sure he probably let her go after I dropped her off. So that's the nicest thing I ever done. Yeah, she tried. She called me like 10 times a day, so I had to get my phone number changed.
See, that's how it always end up. They don't realize it. But she you know, for her to do something like that, she wasn't. That wasn't
classy. That kind of reminds me of this girl who cheated on one of my friends, and she went off to be with the new guy. And the new guy was like, no, like go be with your man.
Oh, he didn't want
it. I wasn't serious about the stuff I said to you when we were chilling in the car and all of this stuff. Like he said everything she wanted to hear. And then like she left my boy and everything. And well, she wanted to make it work with my boy. My boy was just like, no. And then she's thinking, okay, I'm gonna go be with him then, you know. And it backfired. He's like, no, why did you leave him? That's not what we talked about. That's not the plan.
Right.
You know?
Women are so excuse my language, not all, but a lot of these women are so dumb. They think the man that they gave it up to wanted them for the long haul. And it's like, no, I just wanted to see what your Oreo cookie looked like split open. And then I'm gonna give it back to your man.
That's why they always like to talk about this female intuition. That ain't real because it didn't let you. It never shows up when you need it. No, and then they L Castigator, thank you for the super chat. Says that was her pretend boyfriend, bro. I don't know who, but pretend
that was for classy.
Thank you for the super chat. Hustler, you want to chime in? What's going on, Hustler?
Salute. How's everybody doing?
Good.
What's good, classy?
Good, man.
What's up, sir?
Hustler.
What's your thought?
It's a lot for me to chime in on, but I'll go by one. Now to answer Mr. Darrell's question earlier about men want natural women, but they still want to wear weave and wigs. Sir, the answer is simple. They don't give a rat's ass what the hell we want. All they care about is what they want. And their narrative is if we don't like the way they look, the weave, you know, the beautified version, that's a us problem. When in reality, it's their problem. And I saw a video about I think 6 months ago, I saw a video where a woman was talking about, well, if a man wants to see you without makeup, it's a sign that he's broke, he's dusty, because he cannot afford to pay for all your makeup and your lashes, and he can't afford to pay for your pedicures and manicures. So he wants to see you without all that extra shit on. It's a sign that he's broke. I'm like, girl, get the holy mother of hell out of here with that BS. So I got to pay for all that just to see your natural look.
I saw that.
Hypothetically speaking, let's say you met a guy who can pay for all that stuff. Is he gonna stick around with you? Is he gonna marry you? Is he gonna make you the mother of his children? With looking like a half-ass China doll during the day? Is he gonna marry you? Why you're here looking like a goddamn store mannequin? If the answer is no, what are we talking about? So yeah, that is just crazy. That is just great. But that answers that question. They just don't give a damn what we want. Go ahead.
Also, let me ask you a question, Hustler. I want to ask you something. What do you think about like the long nails?
Man, these long nails are getting.
And have you ever spoken to women about that? Like, have you ever had like you dated someone or had a relationship? And I don't know if you have a problem with it or.
I have a homegirl, and sometimes she wear long nails, but thankfully her nails are not that long. They don't look like they're not looking like a female Edward Scissorhands. But I talked to her about the long nails, and she said she could never walk around with the 6-inch, 7-inch nails. She keeps hers at a minimal, and she agrees that it looks crazy. I was in the gas station today, and I was in the gas station today and saw some female with some long nails. I'm like, how do y'all pump y'all gases or fix y'all tires with them long ass nails? Seriously.
I'm just wondering. That's why I'm asking. So I wonder if some men are afraid to ask or like say their opinion, how they feel about it. You know.
Honestly,
I'm just like, I'm
Go
like,
ahead.
how do you use the restroom? Like, how do you wipe with those long nails?
They gotta wear
Right.
gloves. They need to wear
Right.
gloves to wipe.
I mean, them
Well, good luck
SWV nails.
putting those on.
The gloves might rip.
That's understandable. Yeah, those long
But
nails.
yeah, I've spoken to a few about the long nails. Thankfully, some are willing to listen. But if I see a female with some long nails, I'm not saying much of anything. I'm just gonna let you rock out what you want. But I'm just not gonna be too involved with you. I want to bring up your long nails, and now you want to get all on your high horse about, oh, you just don't like me the way I am. Take me as I am. Okay, sweetheart, take me as I am, as a man that doesn't require you to have all that extra shit just to be beautiful. How about that?
But if she's like really interested in you, let's say like she has long nails, a girl you meet and date and everything, and she has long nails, and she's interested in you, would you then talk to her about it? Would you say like what you prefer, or would you just rock with it?
I think that depends. Because I always say either move accordingly or don't move at all. If it's someone you're not trying to be in a relationship with, you can rock with it and move accordingly all you want to. But if it's someone you're in a relationship, trying to build a relationship with, and you see she's not going to fold for you, just walk away, move on.
Save you the trouble and energy and money.
Exactly.
But she could always wear the nails shorter.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Like short,
Yeah.
She's not gonna say that. She's not gonna say. You know what she's gonna say to you, sir? She's gonna say, "You met me when my nails were long. What's wrong with them now?"
And I would tell her,
I've heard that one before.
nails anyway.
I have to.
It's fake. They're gonna come off. It's not like some women have naturally long nails that they've grown out. That's just their nails. These fake. They're gonna come off anyway. You just gotta replace them.
Exactly.
Like, you can't
And
get
that's
them
the
a
thing.
or something.
Because my female friend, my female friend or whatever, yeah, she'll have long nails maybe for like a couple days to maybe a week tops.
Yeah.
But then fast forward a week later, them shits are gone. Or they're trimmed or whatever the fuck.
Yeah. They last up to 2 weeks, and then you got to get them redone. Go ahead.
Okay, I don't know how that stuff works. You know, being mean, we don't know how that shit works, but we'll take your word for it, DeeDee. Go ahead.
Right on.
Yes, sir.
But Miss DeeDee, every time you challenge a woman's appearance, that train coming.
That's what I'm asking though.
That
Yeah.
aggressiveness is coming. Every time.
But that's the problem.
But I think that's a reflection on us as well, because I'm the type of person you have to be a reflection of me when we go out. I like to wear the two-piece suit, put the handkerchief on. I like to wear the nice tie when I go out, look very presentable. If you go out, if you come out with me dressed kind of, excuse my language, I don't like to say the horse word. I don't want to be seen out with you out in public because,
it makes sense.
I just don't need, it makes sense. I don't care how big your booty is. I don't care what,
Classy, what about the cleavage?
I don't care about your
Have you ever dated a girl and like said,
women
I've dated a girl, DeeDee, and I
y'all
told her, like, I picked her up at a place and I had to tell her like to go back inside. Like I know a lot of guys don't. I had to tell her like to go back inside and change that.
She
did.
It was a lot of cleavage.
It was, in my opinion.
Like you could see her
Yeah.
coming out.
Yeah.
They go too far. Some people just go too far with it, but most women like a little cleavage. I mean, most women do.
Sure.
But I think there's a tasteful way to do it depending on the dress. And every dress that you wear shouldn't be exposing your boobs. It's
right.
It really shouldn't.
Dress and still look sexy. You can look sexy and classy in nice dresses and nice shoes and things. But they just don't go about it the way they look ghetto. Like you'd be looking a mess. Like
I think they don't know how to do it, Miss DeeDee.
Yeah,
I think that's what it is.
So.
Because they see so much ratchicity in our music and television.
Yeah.
It's like their idea of sexy is like, I'm trying to make everybody in the building have an erection versus I can be sexy, classy, and like sultry, like a Tony Braxton, a nice cocktail dress. Or something.
Yeah, they don't know nothing about that. They don't know what modesty and what that means. They like the cutouts on the side of the dresses, all on both sides, and then the boobs out too. So and you think gonna go to somewhere looking nice with a suit with a woman behind him looking like a 304, like come on, they're gonna think that's your
Speaking of that, I had a friend, like, he wanted me to go on a double date with him, like play the wingman, right? And he hooked me up with a female. She had on a see-through dress, and she had this big old back tattoo of a cobra swallowing another dude. I was like, we can't do this. This is not acceptable.
He said a
I
big
think he
old
set you up. I think he set
Probably
you up
did.
for that. I don't mean it in a good way.
And you know what? But he probably did. But I saw the girl he was dating. She was nice and classy, but her friend, I'm like, she looked like she's like a man eater for real. Like I just don't want to date a girl with a diamond back on her back.
Classy, your friend probably set the record straight from the beginning, you know.
But a see-through dress
her
with your
girlfriend probably-
areola showing, I can't do it.
No, that ain't.
And that begs the question: why do women hang around other women who are like practically the opposite of them? Why would DeeDee, the
makes
classy
them
woman
look
she is,
better.
hang around? Why would DeeDee, the classy woman she is, hang around with some ratchet chick showing and doing too much? Seriously, you know your friends represent you to a degree.
Insecurities, you know what I'm saying? You're really insecure. You got to hang around somebody that you think is a low hanging fruit to make you feel better about yourself. That's what that is.
Yeah, I want to be with a woman, like, for example, no disrespect to DeeDee's husband, she's got the features and she's got the facial phenotypes that I like, high cheekbones, you know, nice full lips and everything. You want to go out in public and be like, a guy be like, oh man, is that your woman? Be like, yeah, that's me right there. Fool. I did that. That's how I want to feel.
Not them asking like, where you get her from?
Where you get her from, man?
I mean, to be fair, if that was
club did he meet her at? What type of club did he meet her at?
Right.
That was
Can I
me
get a
in this-
turn? No shit.
If that was me in that situation, I probably would have still did a little something with her, but I wouldn't make it long term. But that's just me.
Right.
We all move differently.
Now, I've had my bad, I'll say I've had my bad experience, but I had a lot of great experience. I've had dated natural black women with afros, nice thin waist, and they've actually, I can say this freely, most women that I have dated actually took me out and paid for the date.
Oh, wow.
I've had some lucky experience, like seriously, I can't complain. I wish I knew how to keep them long term, but I didn't. But I can look back and say, damn, I had a good time with these ladies.
Well,
I've had a lot of good success versus bad success. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
I think I had as well mostly.
But why y'all not? But why y'all single then? Why y'all still
like
single?
classy? Like
Because
I don't.
Never mind.
Like classy. I don't know. Maybe I slipped up somewhere. I definitely did. There were some like relations I had and people I dated as well, but I was in a different space as well. Like I'll be honest too. Like when I came over here, when I left the U.S. and came over here, like it was just all coming to me. So I kind of fell into that where it's like there were definitely some people who were a good catch, but I was just a bit caught up in like hanging out with the boys and everything, and it was just like it was all coming type of things. So it was like let's just have fun, you know.
Well, DeeDee, I was going to answer your question.
Yeah.
Why am I not married?
Yeah.
I'll be fair about that. I'm not saying of course, I do a great job on my job. I'm pretty established, pretty good. But when it comes, I've been so used to the single life. I don't know what it's like to actually be in a long-term relationship to reach the level of marriage. And thank God I never got anybody pregnant. Anyway, go ahead.
What's your longest though, classy? Your longest relationship?
3 years. Ethiopian chick. Dated her for 3 years, but unfortunately she moved back to Ethiopia. Sorry. Well, okay.
Okay.
And you, Daryl?
Why are you single? I don't know if you're single. Are you single?
Yeah, I am single. I'm single because of my ex-wife. That's why I'm single.
Okay.
When I met her, I was 22 and she was 19, and we got married when she was 19. I met her when she was 18, and I was 21, and we stayed married for 9 years. And the thing about we divorced because we didn't have any children, and that was on me. I got tired of waiting. But I think I'm not mad because I hold everybody else to her standard. She was ultimate. She was ultimate. I mean, she came in with every time I went home, there was a hot plate ready. Period. I mean, and everything else, she took care of the home. She did everything, and I made sure that she didn't have to work. If she didn't have to work, The whole 9 years she didn't work at all. I took care of everything proudly, happily took care of everything. And I had not felt that way about anyone else since her.
Wow.
Period.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome. And it's like what, 40 years later, still I hadn't felt that way by anybody. Cause she came in, her parents had a straight, especially her dad. Her dad had a straight. She said, I hear him tell her, take care of that man. You take care of that man, he'll take care of you. And he saw it. So, but the thing about it,
could it be based on the fact that she had a strong father in her life?
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt, but go ahead.
Yeah, she has a strong father in her life. We talked together and stuff, and he measured me out. He was sizing me up. He made sure I was level because that was her baby. That was his baby. But she had 8 sisters, so it was like
Oh wow.
That's why I'm not with anyone.
Did she remarry?
No, she didn't.
Oh, maybe there's still some hope for y'all to rekindle.
For me, I think I had the Chuck with luck experience. Most of the chicks that I used to date got married.
Oh.
But I knew I wasn't the marrying type. I was just that good guy type that just dated. Like I just never reached that pinnacle.
You never wanted to get married, cuz?
No, I think what it is I have been single. So I think I've become accustomed to being single for so long.
Yeah.
That I don't know what it's like to build in a relationship. I usually just go date females just to date them. And usually if I get what I want from them, I never talk about it ever. I'm just like, oh, okay, cool.
So in other words, you're setting your ways.
Yeah, I'm setting my ways. It's like if I go on a date and a female, give me some intimacy and all that, I'm just like, I just appreciate it. Oh, okay. All right. Well, we're not dating no more, but you still cool. If I see you around, hey, how you doing?
That's interesting.
Oh, okay. So
it could be a huge mental block. I don't know.
So it ain't just women. We men suffer from that too, more or less.
Oh, yeah. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Because I'm like, that's what women say. And but I'll even say, well, you're gonna be single for the rest of your life. But the thing is, y'all are not really complaining about it. I don't hear for the most part from men unless you're asked like I'm asking the question. And I'm pretty sure there's some men talk about it, but women are the ones who complain and say, I think that's the difference though. They're like, where's my person? They want it. You seem comfortable with where you are. And you don't even think that you ever was probably the marrying type. But a lot of these women want marriage. They want marriage. They want a companion, but they're not finding it. And they're complaining about it. I think that's really the difference, that they're complaining for the most part. And most men, I don't hear complaining. Y'all have a conversation about it, but you're not crying, saying, I'm 40 years old and I thought I'd be married at this point. And where's my, why not? Why me? Why me? Like, I don't see a whole bunch of videos of men doing that.
It's because it could be
and here's the thing.
In emotions.
And here's the thing. Let me say that here's the thing. While for the most part, we men don't complain about being single, but I can also say this. We like to suffer in silence, behind closed doors, behind the scenes. So we're not going to tell the whole world, oh, we're tired of being single, but we do have those feelings. I know I have them every now and then.
Oh, of course.
There are times when I wake up wishing I had a wife. I didn't wait till there are times I wish I had gotten married some 10, 15 years ago. But then when I see the fucked up dating market, I get over it immediately. So that's just
exactly. I'm just kind of like, you know what? All right, it's cool. You got it, player. I'm gonna come. Let me invite me to the wedding. I'll just mess with the matrons of honors. Something like that.
I'm a little different. I'm a little different because when I was married, I promised her, listen, I'll give you that house. This is what she put towards me. You want me? I want the house with the picket fence, and I don't want to have to work. I did it gladly. And the hurtful part was the part what I wanted, and I couldn't get it. And that hurt. So I don't see the way I look at it. My standard is for being married. The way I look at it as for my part, I have to be willing to sacrifice for that woman every day. Every day, I need to be willing to sacrifice for her in order to look at her as my wife. And I have not seen no one since her that I want to do that for. I just don't have it. It has. She can want marriage all she. I've had women come to me want to marry me. I've been proposed to, but I look at it, I say, do I want to sacrifice for you every day? No.
Thank you. That's how I am. Thank you.
Sorry.
And here's the problem. Like me, for example, I can give you some example. I was raised with all those old school traits, like back in the 30s and 20s, because my grandfather used to like beat gentleman traits in me. He died at 104 years old. So I have a lot of those traits. I literally enjoy watching women smile. Just like you, Daryl, I'm that type of person. I love watching women smile. I love having a good time with the woman. With these women nowadays, it's not as simplistic as it used to be. Like, like the music we used to listen to back in the 90s, 80s, and 70s, where you play that song and you instantaneously had a date, or you got to see what color her panties was. But anyway, I don't want to go that far. I'm just going to keep this simple. What I'm saying is that, it's not as simple as going on coffee dates and, going out to the park with a picnic basket and just chilling, where it's like not a lot of noise. You can get to sit down and know each other. You can't do that no more. Now everybody want to go on $500 trips they never been to. I want to go to Dubai and have
They want a travel buddy. Classy. They want a travel buddy.
Yeah.
Not a travel buddy. They want to fly overseas and have a travel buddy.
Oh, I had a girl do me like that one time. I was talking to every woman in that country.
I don't know why that's a trend, but
especially we went to Brazil together and she didn't understand I speak Portuguese. So
wow.
I don't know what it is with that, the travel buddy thing. I don't get it.
Ms. DeeDee, why you women nowadays feel entitled? What's going on with that?
Don't say
society.
You. Not DeeDee, not DeeDee.
Hey, don't put DeeDee in this. Please don't put my girl in this.
Those women.
Yeah, please don't put my girl in this.
Yeah, they're just stupid. I'm sorry. I'm tired of. I'm getting tired. They're stupid. I'm sorry, y'all.
But it goes back to what DeeDee said.
And shout out to all my married people. Shout out to all the married men and married women out there. Yeah, you did it right. Salute to you.
But, it goes back to what DeeDee said in her original before she let us all up. A lot of these women, and I've seen it in my own family as well, they're raised by their mothers who were single mothers who dated the sorry dudes, the drug dealers, and also they have those, it's Marge Simpson's sister type aunts that's always smoking, drinking. They voices.
That's true.
They can sing bass at the Christmas carols.
We all have them.
We all have them, and I seen it myself. Yeah. And it's crazy. They'll say, "Oh, these men ain't nothing. He think he cute. He thinking," and the man that they date, he's some chain smoker. He have no place to stay. He just comes over to visit.
Alcoholic.
Because she's alcoholic.
Red eyes.
When she get lonely and that stuff down low gets a little bit of blood flow, that's when she can come in and spend the night smelling like.
And then they be married too. Some of the men be married, and you the side piece.
Oh yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a lot of that going on. That's why I say, if these women wanted to be honest, they would tell these stories, because we all have examples of these people in our families, and they've seen it, but then somehow they get this entitled mindset, like, oh, you're nowhere near perfect. You're not put together at all. You're probably not even fit for a relationship, but you want all of these materialistic things from a man. That's just dumb to me. I think two people who like each other should be able to work together, work through your differences. If you care for each other, you'll be willing to work through the differences. That's it. That's what relationships are. I don't know. They're making it seem like it's harder than it really is. And even though I'm the one to tell you, look, relationships and marriage it's work. It's work, but it's work that you signed up to do. And so you do it. It ain't always, I'm not going to sit here and say, because, I always say, look, I've had issues with myself because I've been selfish before. There's some things I had to learn. I'm nowhere near perfect, but I know what I wanted. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, I was a cheater or nothing like that. No, I don't believe in cheating and none of that kind of stuff. Because, you got to specify, because when you say, in my opinion, when you say, oh, I'm not perfect, people automatically think you cheating and doing, no, I don't cheat on my husband, never have, anything like that. I'm just saying, as a person, like learning things, especially as a young woman, you don't come into this knowing everything. You don't have that experience. So you have to learn, you have to grow, you have to, it's things you got to learn. And so I don't see anything wrong with learning it in your marriage, because both of you are learning. He learned some things. My husband was a little arrogant in the beginning. He's like, he had to change that. He did. Over time, he did. He realized, he shouldn't approach things a certain way. It was always some little adjustments on both our parts, because we're human, imperfect people. You don't know everything. Just because you get in a relationship, you don't know all the answers. You don't know what to do sometimes and how to go about stuff. So this is why you work through them, and then you talk to people. We've done that before, collect together, like, not outside people, but like, hey, opinions about how you go about this in this situation, whatever. I think people forget that. And this is why when I hear women specifically talk about, he needs to come whole and he needs to have it all together, that's unrealistic. That is unrealistic because it's unrealistic for us too as women. We don't have it all together. We're not all together. You supposed to learn the person, y'all learn each other. See if you guys have things in common, if you're on the same goal, y'all have the same goals, y'all on the same page, y'all are attracted to each other, all that stuff. And once you have that basis down, the other part it's a work in progress. You work together, and somehow working together to build together, it seems like that's the problem. And I mean, that's, to me, that's the ultimate thing that you're supposed to be doing in order to build a relationship. When you've been with somebody over 20 years, what the worst of what we ever went through, I would say, is over, which wasn't even bad. It's just like differences and stuff that you have to learn each other more and deal with, because he's raised a certain way, I was raised a certain way, I have certain bad habits based off of how I was raised. He have some things too based off of how he was raised that didn't quite, gel with me, because I was raised by a single mother. So there's deficits in that. I tell people all the time, but so you got to, it's some things you got to get over. I would be lying to sit here and say, oh, well, yeah, I just met my husband, I was the perfect woman, and I was, I knew how to be a wife. I was not raised to be a wife. I was not raised to be a wife, but I wanted to be a wife. And I saw what the non-wives were doing, and I didn't agree with that. And I didn't agree with how they were moving. So I didn't want that, because I don't want to be out here with 3 and 4 baby daddies and all this kind of stuff, and struggling and in the projects and all that. Who wants that? So no, I saw what I didn't want and went after that. And then the rest we worked on. So yeah, that's why it's work. And it's always going to be working. But if you willing to put in the work and y'all working together, I think it's doable. But you got to start kind of early with that, because that goes back to me thinking about what Classy said. Once you get to a certain age, or you get set in your ways and you're happy with your life, it's going to be very difficult for you to, because you're going to have to always consider the other person, and they got to consider you. When you used to just doing things the way you want to do it, it's going to be difficult. It's more difficult, because that's how my sister is. She's kind of like in that space.
I was the only child, so.
Oh, okay, yeah, and I get that too. Yeah,
that's why people get mad. I like strong, independent women, because I don't have to keep them.
Oh Lord. Okay, that's a different perspective. See, that's what I'm saying. Everybody's not the same, but I just think, yeah, my sister, we're twins, so we're the same age now. We're up there, and she's set in her way. She says she wants marriage, but I don't think she really does. I think she is sound, but she even told me, she was like, look, what if I get tired of him? What if I want him around? She want him to go out. She want to, she's not. So she's kind of like set in her ways too. She wants to move how she wants to move, and I don't think she's prepared for that. Not at this age. Not at this age.
No disrespect to your sister, but it doesn't sound like she's looking for a marriage per se. That's why I say marriage is something you need to do when you're young. That way you're open to new things. You're a bit more impressionable. Not to the point of being global, but you're more impressionable, and it's easier for you to just build with somebody because you're still young. You're still learning each other compared to when you're like I don't know, past 35, and you feel like you're into your job, you're into your career. And plus, when you're
It's
working,
always
first
been
of all,
about you,
yeah, first
right?
when you're working 9 to 5 or got a career, you don't have time to really meet anybody compared to 10 years ago when you was in school, college, or university, or trade, where you had more time on your hands. Trust me, this was 20 years ago. I'll be at a club right now. You'll get ready to go to a club right now, but I'm old now, so I can't do that no more. So why wait till you get that age and now you want to find something special? You're not looking for marriage. You're looking for a convenience. That's all. That's all I'm saying. That applies to everybody almost. Looking for a convenience, not so much a marriage. Women just
But
want to
hustler,
be for
they're not promoting
companionship.
like marrying young, and coupling
Yeah.
up young. They're saying the opposite. They're saying, have fun, explore, live your life, turn
Yeah,
up,
and then when you're 35 years old, setting
setting your
your
ways.
ways,
Right, that's
too
what
busy
happens.
too busy to go out here and meet people conventionally because you got a career. I've met women who just are too busy to even to deal with me. They're either traveling a lot or got business going on, so they don't have the time on their hands like they once did. So that could be a hindrance. So don't get me started with online dating. Ooh, boy, it's a mess out there. It ain't what it was when I was younger. These
Talk
dating apps
about
are a mess, most
it.
of them.
Online
These
dating is like listening to 12 play R. Kelly's 12 play.
Oh my
12
God.
play, all that song. But yeah, is it possible to get married at that age, or should we just change our standards when we reach like 35, 36, 37? Like, instead of me wanting a wife, instead of me wanting to build a foundation, instead of me wanting to build a relationship, just give me a woman that's going to be, I don't know, a piece of man, and excuse my language, a piece of ass that I can tap whenever I'm bored and horny. Just be that for me, and we'll be good. I don't want to sound cruel, but that's just the way we're going to start looking at it. If we're going to deal with each other at this
I
point.
mean, hustler, like you said, they're stuck in their ways, so they're thinking about self,
Yeah.
So you have to
That's
think about self too, right?
yeah, that's why I said I like strong, independent women. If they feel the urge and they're attracted to me, we can get it out of our system and move forward. They don't want nothing else from me. Goodbye.
Well, classic, like your lane, I know mine. Single mothers, they attract to me all day long. all day long. They don't have no problem telling me what they're looking for when they're out with me. They're not they don't lie to me. They're like, listen, I want a weekend with you. That's it. Or I'm looking for something serious. They'll let me know, and I'll let them know how I look at them. And the last time me and Miss D talked, we was talking about lying, getting to a point where you line up, you're straight up, but then you start lying because your goal has changed as far as she's concerned. So now you skip the honesty. You're like, okay, she's not going to give me what I want when I want it. So now I'm gonna lie and see if I can rush the process a little bit.
No, I feel you about single mothers. I dealt with two of them until one of their boyfriends got out of jail. This dude had all the neck muscles.
Oh my
Found
God.
out I was sleeping with his baby mother. He pointed at me and said, "I'm gonna see you soon. Say less." I was like, "Oh shit!" Took off running.
Classy, you better be safe out here because you don't look like you move like
But understand this, D. That's when I was in my 20s, though.
when you was young. Okay, cool.
We've all been there, so don't judge this man, okay? We've all been there, so I ain't judging you.
All right, Classy, don't try that. Don't try that, Classy, because I'm in my 60s and I'm pulling 30 years younger. So stop.
No, I am too. I'm pulling 20s. Because my voice sound like I'm 13. But with that being said, though, I'm turning 49 this year. Like, my patience for it is so low. It's like I can be by myself. I don't care. I don't need the attention like that. Now, if a beautiful woman, a woman with grace and class, wants me to take her out and have a good time, yeah, sure, I'll go to a movie with you. I'll go to a nice dinner date.
Nothing more.
But if it's not, well, for the most part, DeeDee, most of these females are not trying to build towards marriage anyway.
Right.
Even some of the old ones. So I'm like, if you just want my time and I want your time, I'm good with that. Yo, you want to go skinny dipping at the beach? Heck yeah, come on, let me bring a blanket. Okay. You don't have no kids, I don't have no kids. We just enjoy each other's company. I'm cool with that. I usually prefer women that don't want kids. So
Okay, right.
Yeah,
See,
me
Irvin, what
too.
about you? You looking for a wife, see, Irvin? Do you really want a wife?
I would like one. Sure, why
And y'all
not?
don't have kids. Y'all want kids? You don't want? Y'all want kids?
Yeah, I do too. All of that.
I mean,
Well,
give
I
me
don't know
one.
if I want
Um,
them at my age because by the time they 10, I'm 50 or
Oh yeah,
something. I'm gonna be out tired. I'm gonna chase you
that's a little
around.
late to just be starting. I'm just
Yeah, by the time your kids
ain't
graduate,
nothing wrong with being an old dad, classy.
Yeah, see,
Huh?
age
no,
ain't gonna matter
Ain't
to
nothing
me.
wrong being an old
Age is
dad.
not gonna matter. I want them
I'm okay with
kids.
old uncle.
by the time your kids get out of high school, you're gonna be what, in your 60s, going on maybe your 70s?
The average black
I'm
man,
gonna
if he
be my
lives to
80s,
be
bro.
60.
Be set up in my 80s.
I just
Be
love
set-
I just love the company of women. I don't want to put no pressure on anybody. That's just me at my point. I love the company of women, especially black women. I really do. But I don't want them to go into it with no pressure. Because we've all done our thing. I've had sex before. It's not the end all be all. And I guess this mentality comes from because of my job, because I see the human anatomy every night, and it's not like it doesn't like wow me like it used to no more. Even when I'm doing like a breast implant job or a BBL or a vaginal rejuvenation job, it just don't wow me no more because I see it so much. I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
Oh, you do those types of surgeries?
Yeah.
Oh wow,
Wow.
that's amazing.
I've seen a lot of it, so it's like, oh, she's got a nice body. That's cool. I'm still a man biologically. I have
Right.
dreams in my head. I don't want to zoom in your boom boom, but it just comes in spurts. Like, okay, it's like here, but I'll let it go. It's like, okay, cool. I hope the next man have a good time with her. I'll let it go quickly. I actually enjoy dating by myself. I'll go out and get dressed up like Kevin Samuels said. I'll put on a suit and just go date myself. Because when I'm doing 12, 14-hour surgeries, I don't think about going out with nobody. I just want my
Right.
own peace.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with you on that one, Class. I've been known I'll take a spontaneous trip to Las Vegas, something like that for the weekend and do that. And that's when they call me. What you doing? Oh, I'm getting ready to go to Vegas. I want to go with you. What? Oh, okay. Okay, you know what time it is? You go with me now. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
you
got no
got your own
problem with
money.
that.
Yeah,
Let's go.
especially if they have a career or something, they just want to go with you to Vegas or something, and they got their own. Yeah, sure, come on, let's go out and
Yeah,
have a good
exactly.
time.
Come on.
There's no pressure. You're not looking nothing for me, and I'm not looking nothing for you. Now, if we happen to do the do, we just do the do and just leave it at that.
I'll tell them there's only one bed.
Let me say this. Responsibly. I'm not with that irresponsible stuff. I don't do that stuff.
Right.
I done seen enough in the medical field. Nope, I'm cool.
Well, I think I learned a little bit more about y'all today. I'm just saying. A little bit more. A little bit more. Any final words, y'all? Because I gotta wrap this up. I gotta go eat.
You didn't eat breakfast yet?
No, I didn't eat breakfast at all.
Damn, DeeDee, you just like me, skipping breakfast, but
Yeah, because I'm like intermittent fasting, so I don't eat.
you're
Yeah, I
intimate
don't
what?
eat intermittent
Intermediate fasting. That's what she's doing.
Yeah, I've been losing
So what-
weight like that, so I don't
So
eat.
Oh,
It's kind of like you don't eat for like 12 hours or something.
Yes, yeah.
So what's your goal, Mrs. DeeDee?
Oh, I'm trying to lose about 10 pounds. That's it. 10, 15 pounds. That's what you mean?
oh, okay, that's different.
Yeah.
Me, I'm on a weight gain. I'm trying to put on weight, so I couldn't do what you're doing. But so you I'm trying to put on weight.
Yeah,
I thought you had something in prayer that you want to have for yourself or for your family. Okay.
Oh no. I'm a little thick in the midsection right here. I'm trying to get that down because I don't, you know what I mean. I'm getting older, and I don't know. I find it's harder.
I don't know.
It's a little harder to lose weight when you get older somehow. Or I'm just lazy. I could be lazy too.
Hey, some men like a little thick hips. Come on now.
Don't listen to Hustle Muscular. Some do, but you trying to lose. Don't let him turn your whole mindset around.
No. I said continue doing what you're doing. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I just want to get a little bit more in shape. Diabetes runs in our families, and
same here.
I don't have no time for that. Like, so because I told y'all before, my husband used to call me snacks. So, you know, I had to stop.
I want to salute your husband. I used to call my ex-girlfriend snacks.
I mean, you know, I don't know why she was calling you snacks, but he was calling me snacks because I like to eat snacks too. Sugar, you know, I know yours probably different, classy, but nah, because you know, I'm a you know, a sugarholic. I ain't gonna lie. Like I bake cakes and stuff like that. I had to kind of stop for a little bit. I make donuts and all kinds of stuff, and I was getting a little thick, you know, a little fluffy.
You
And
didn't,
I'm like,
you didn't
nah.
consume too
Well,
much.
you want to slim down, do
Yeah.
more cardio workouts. Do some
Yeah, I've
cardio
been doing that
workouts, whether it
too.
be jogging, jumping jacks, running in place.
Oh, walking.
Yeah, I do the walking. Like I'll walk. I do that. And yeah, I
I
just
gotta
cut back.
run. Me, I run.
Well, what would help you, Miss DeeDee, is a little light weights, you know,
Yep.
high reps, you know, and a little bit of walking. If you have like one of those electric small treadmills, just to get
I
the
have 2
blood flowing.
treadmills. I have
Well, there you go.
I
My
mean,
mother has one too.
You know what you can also do? Do you have the site Pinterest? I can't say it right.
Pinterest?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can get a lot of recipes from there. Like just for now, I made me some Thai papaya noodles, and I made me some watermelon tarts. You know, just to clean out my system. Or I eat some leafy vegetables to clean out my blood circulate, keep my blood circulation on the chlorophyll. It
Yeah.
heals your skin. You know.
Oh, chlorophyll. I have that. The liquid chlorophyll. That's good to take.
Yeah, you can use that. If you don't like to chew a lot of leafies.
Say that again.
If you don't like to eat a lot of leafy greens, I mean, I prefer like the iceberg lettuce, and you know,
Yeah. Yeah. I
different
eat
type
that.
of things.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't eat much. I just keep it strict to salads, leafy greens, and meat. I need protein. I need the meat. I eat like chicken.
Yeah, chicken's good.
Salmon. I eat salmon, chicken, that kind of stuff, and keep it with salad and soups. Sometimes a little soup. But I don't like the soups because they have a lot of sodium in them. So I'll try to make my own. Yeah.
Do
And
you know what will be helpful? Like, you know, the chia seeds.
yeah, I never eat that.
Well, the chia seeds is actually what happens is with the chia seeds, if you mix it in like water, or if you mix it with like a yogurt or something, the chia seed, it expands inside your system, so it'll keep you full. It'll help you lose weight.
Oh, that's why. Okay. I'm gonna get some.
It'll kind of
salad and stuff too.
You can't. Well, no, it's a soluble, so it's good for like anything that's like liquid form, because it actually expands the chia seeds. You keep it on just like mix it with yogurt or something, or
I don't like yogurt. Yogurt is so nasty.
Well, you don't have to eat yogurt or almond milk or anything. Just mix it a little bit together. Put some strawberries, some different type of berries in there. Mix it up. Let it settle for 10 minutes.
Okay.
Once it swells up, you can eat it, and it'll absorb your stomach. It'll keep your cravings down. That's what it's good for.
I'm gonna try that, and I'm gonna let you know how it go. Cause I've been seeing the chia seeds, but I just don't. I didn't.
You can put it in coffee or tea.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay,
yeah, it's good for like anything. It wants to absorb some liquids. That's what the chia seeds does.
Would you put a lot in there, or just a little bit?
Just a little bit. You don't have to put a lot. Let it settle for because it's seeds. But once it settles for like 10 minutes, it'll get real it'll swell up and get like soft and gooey, like oatmeal.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I see it all the time. I see people talking about it, but I never tried it. I'm definitely gonna get some.
And you should switch your sugar out with agave.
I do have agave.
And eat dates.
I don't know if I like that, but I'll try it. Let me write it down.
It's not identical.
Yep, that'll work, DeeDee.
I've never eaten them, but dates are good for you in what way?
Well, I mean, it's like a sugar substitute. It's
Oh, okay, gotcha.
It kind of helps with the craving for sugar.
Yeah. Okay.
I got a question for Classy. Do you know how to put on weight? That's losing. Why you put on weight?
I don't know how to put on weight because my metabolism still runs like a gerbil at my age. I'm like, my body type is an ectomorph. I'm still that thin, skinny person. So in order for me to I would have to.
I got the metabolism. I got the metabolism of a damn pit bull. Because every time I eat 3 or 4 meals a day, and I'm still the same body structure.
That's what I'm saying. You and I, we work out like crazy, but we have to eat more for us. Like DeeDee, for another hand, I've seen her pictures on Instagram. She's more like a meso-ecto type of body type. meaning that she's in the middle, where she look like if she worked out, like if she really pressed it, she'll cut a lot of weight off her quick.
Yeah.
I like 50 Cent. He was real fat when he first started, but when he started lifting weights, he got buff real quick because he's in that middle between meso and endomorph. Endo is where that's the body type where you like born fat or big. That's the endomorph. But the mesomorph is in between. Like they put mesomorphs on muscle real fast. But us, you and I, ectomorphs, real thin. We can eat as much as we want. We won't put on no weight.
We don't.
I
will eat 6 tacos. I will eat 6 tacos and not much
But
protein.
however, us working out aesthetically, we'll get more striates, rips, and cuts than we will muscle if we don't eat a lot. So like we can look good on a picture like a skinny model. You know, you can see all the lines, all the ab lines, because we so skinny.
But that don't sound too bad. I wish I had that. Yeah.
Yeah. No wonder I can't put on much weight. I mean, I went from like 161 pounds to like 170 in about a month and a half, maybe 2 months. But shoot, my body still looks the same.
I did the opposite. I went from 165 to 156 because I went jogging a lot. You know, I was wearing those suits that make you sweat more. Yeah.
Oh, those. Well, you work in a hospital. You should be used to all that running around by now.
Well, and that also, but here's the problem. I feel like I need a male BBL because all the scrubs don't fit no more. I can't fit into a medium.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Don't do that. We don't do that over here, man. Come on.
No.
Everything starts to sag because I lost so much weight now. That's what feels weird.
Okay.
My pants and stuff start to sag. I went from a size 32 in the waist to a 28.
Oh, Lord.
Wow.
So I got to gain that weight back. So I'm going to try to eat more.
Well, my waist is still the same. Get some pectoral implants instead. Maybe that'll help.
I got pecs. I mean, I got pecs and obliques I could tell, but I just ain't got no thick muscles. It's just all skinny muscles.
All right, y'all. I got to go.
All right, then. All right. We had a good time.
Thank you
very much.
care.
It was dope. It was nice. Definitely.
Y'all be safe. Yeah, and definitely y'all, when I'm up here again, hopefully I'm not coming up here tomorrow, but soon. Keep that bell turned on so y'all be notified, and definitely chime in. I like to hear what you guys have to say. But yeah, I'm about to get out of here. Y'all, thank y'all so much for being here. I am tired. I ain't gonna lie. I was up early this morning. I had a doctor's appointment. I'm tired. I'm going to take a shower and go to sleep.
Do that, please.
I feel you on that, DeeDee.
I'm going to watch a movie, watch something, and relax.
Watch that new Superman. It was pretty good.
Is it? Okay, thank you, Classy.
I'm still stuck on the old movies, Classy.
Right. I get it.
Bloodsport, kickboxer,
No, I feel you. I mean, I don't think
good though, because Superman is I'm still stuck on the old Superman, but I'm like,
well, I am too. I mean, to me, in my mind, I grew up with the Christopher Reeve type and all that.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna lie. I think the new one was good because it introduced characters like Mr. Terrific, and which is I think is one of the best characters. But it had a different twist that I liked about that old stupid retarded dog Crypto. But just check it out. It's pretty cool.
I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna go watch it.
Crypto is
underrated. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all soon. Y'all be safe. Take care. Thank y'all so much for being here.
We will.
Thank you for having us.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, you're
I'll be going live tomorrow evening, so stop by if you want to.
And I'll always be back.
All right.
I'll see.
I will always be back when I get a chance.
Yes.
Yep.
So donating and all.
Take care, DeeDee. Take care.
Take care, DeeDee. Take care, guys. Have a nice weekend.
Nice weekend.
Take care, Daryl. That's it, Daryl, right? Because I don't know. I was forgetting.
That's right. You're right.
All right. Be safe. Take care. I'll see you soon. All right, you guys. All right, y'all. Thank y'all once again for being here. Shout out to everybody who attended the panel, everybody watching, everybody here who supports the channel. Make sure you go and continue to watch the videos that are already posted on the channel, y'all. Like them, share them, all that good stuff. And hit that notification bell to be notified when I go live or post new content. I have content on this channel every single day. So make sure y'all watch it and like so I can get the views and the likes on those videos, y'all. That is super, super helpful. Shout out to everybody who gave super chats and cash apps. That definitely helps to support the channel, and everybody who liked the stream. That's probably all of y'all. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate you once again. So I'm out of here, y'all. Y'all be safe. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll catch up with you guys really, really soon. Mwah. I'll see y'all later. Bye.